What's down, fam? It's your boy Slim South 504. Make sure y'all subscribe to Hooded Juve. You heard me? Let's go.
What's up, folks? This is Shano Barnes, and you already know it's shit more than a game, man. You also already know that it's NOLA versus all y'all. And you also know that it ain't YouTube if you ain't subscribed to my dog, Hooded Juve. Come on, man, what are you waiting for? You already know. It's still Who Dat.
What up, family? This your boy DeRight, repping that Who Dat Nation all the way here in Florida. If it's you too, you gotta subscribe to my boy Hooded Juve.
What's up, world? It's your boy Carlos Clayton. I'm the host of Uneducated Sports Talk. Subscribe to the big homie Hooded Juve for everything New Orleans Saints. Who Dat?
Hey, this your boy, Dog 17, the host of the Keeping It Real Who Dat Sports Podcast. Just want to remind y'all, go ahead and subscribe to my homie Hooded Juve's channel. And like always, love.
What's good, guys? My name is Zach.
And I'm Nonfiction, and we are Real Fan Sports.
And you need to stop what you're doing right now. Hit that subscribe button and subscribe to your boy, Hooded Juve.
Hooded Juve.
What is good, Hooded Juve family? How we doing? My name is Zach from Real Fan Sports, but today I'm taking over Hooded Juve's channel. I'm sick and tired of Hoodie and all this. I'm working. Nah, I'm just playing. Hoodie's in the back, and we about to get ready. We're about to talk the draft. We're about to talk all the chaos that's been going on around the New Orleans Saints today. Hoodie, run that, and let's get it going.
Yeah. We in the zone, watch the Saints rise. Kellen Moore's game plan, yes, no surprise. Rashid Shaheed flying, catching that light. Chris Lawrence magic, making defenses right. Hooded Juve on the screen, we hype it up. Saints Nation stand tall, never gonna give up. Saints on a mission, watch them take flight. In the dome under lights, it's a beautiful night. Championship dreams, we're ready to score. With Hooded Juve and the crew, we're wanting more. Demario Davis bringing a tackle heat. Cam Jordan rushing, can't escape defeat. Tyrann Mathieu lurking, he's a defensive ghost. New era in New Orleans, yeah, we want it the most. Touchdowns on the board, the crowd goes wild. Feel the energy surge like a hyped up child. Saints on a mission, watch them take flight. In the dome under lights, it's a beautiful night. Championship dreams, we're ready to score. With Hooded Juve and the crew, we're wanting more. The victory blow. Back coast, we pop with the city.
Can't believe I'm saying this, y'all. Can't believe I'm saying this. I'm back. Come on now. Your boy Hoodie is back in the building. And guess what? I got some friends with me, so we're about to start talking about these Saints, man. Because, yeah, I've been gone for a few months, and it's crazy with all these crazy things happening. New coach, Derek Carr wants to play games now, act like he doesn't care about football anymore. We got some new quarterbacks in the draft that might be falling to the Saints as well. So we got so many things we're going to talk about. So let's get into it. But before, make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me introduce some of my people tonight. Which y'all already know this guy already, okay? He already started the intro for me, and that's my guy Zach, aka the co-host of the Real Fan Sports.
Hoodie, that might be the most like epic anime intro that I've ever seen to a YouTube live stream like in my life. That thing was phenomenal.
I appreciate it. I try to put my craft into it and make it a enjoyable intro because I don't want a boring intro.
Hey, we like it. We like it.
Plus I was coming back. It's been like months, so I said, you know what, I might as well have an intro. But
Yeah,
how you been,
like
Zach? You been good?
Oh yeah, man, living life. Trying to stay out of all the New Orleans Saints chaos. If I'm being honest with you, because it's been hell on earth. But yeah, if anything that'll bring me back is going to be Hoodie Jew back live on the channel. It's been a minute, so I'm definitely excited to be here, man. Ready for some fun.
Yes, sir, man. And what would it not be without the Saints? If you're not a Saints fan and you just think it's gonna be sunshine and rainbows, you're mistaken. You gotta have a
Big
strong
mistake.
heart and you gotta have tough skin to be a Saints fan. Everybody knows that. So what
Absolutely.
we're gonna do is gonna introduce our next guest on the show, and everybody knows this guy because he says this famous line. Come on in, put your feet up, grab a drink, and let's talk some Saints football. You know who it is, my guy, Dolph Jackson.
What up? My brother's back. Hood is back in the building, baby. Zach, what up, my brother?
Yeah,
Who
what's
that
good,
Nation,
dog? How we
baby?
doing, bro?
Hood is back, baby. Football season, baby, is coming, baby. All things are right because Hood is back, baby. What's going on, Hoodie? Been missed, my brother.
Yes, sir. I miss everybody too. I just been trying to focus on my life. Make sure everything's good. And I would say this: not everybody, is a big believer of the Lord like I might be. But I went back to church almost 2 months ago now, and for the last 2 months, life changed really good for me. Almost got all my financially stuff, kind of in check now, which is really good. So he's definitely been helping me. And if anybody follows me, on my social media and stuff, they see me. I've been doing really well, especially with my new job doing car sales. So, like I said, the Lord's a blessing. He's got my back, and now I'm back here doing what I love to do. So that's why
Chad,
I'm
like
here.
they say, God is good.
He is.
All the
Not everybody
time.
believes in him, though. Not everybody believes in it, but I'm one of those believers. But we do have one more person that I wanted to bring on tonight. Nobody never seen him yet on my show, but you might know him from the Twitter side of the things, or if you want to call it X, you can call it X2. But you might know him by the name of Soul Man, and if you don't know him by Soul Man, he's a sports reporter, aka let's welcome Logan.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for having me on. First time I've been on a podcast in ages, in yours or even one that I was doing for a while. So it's good to be talking again with people.
Yes,
Hell
sir.
yeah.
Welcome. Welcome, man. But I just wanted, to kick it off, because your boy haven't been on it forever. So you know what? I need to invite some people and have a banger of a show. And yes, we will invite some people on as well, like Jerry. I know some cells going to slide on through. Hurricane Mike probably can't wait to hop on as well. So we're going to get them going. But let's start off the show, and I'm going to ask Zach, Dolph, and Logan all this question. And whoever wants to go first, y'all more than welcome to go first. But I just need to know, because your boy's been missing for a few months, so I haven't been hearing every single thing. But I am hearing one of the craziest thing that's going on right now, and that's Derek Carr. What's going on with this guy? He wants to be here one day, and next day he don't want to be here. Now his shoulder hurts, and so, who wants to go first on that? Who wants to talk about Derek Carr?
I guess I'll do it.
Go
Okay.
for it, Logan.
So, as a reporter, we hear things from time to time. And, of course, I hear things from time to time. So, even dating back to once Dennis Allen was gone, was hearing things like, okay, Derek is not going to be here for the 2025 season. And if he is, it's not going to be very long. And then once I heard Kellen Moore got the job, okay, started talking to people. Does Kellen even like Derek? And the answer I got was a resounding no. Kellen does not like Derek and does not want Derek to be the quarterback. Okay. And what the heck are we going to do then? Well, he gave Mickey a list of teams, and the teams I was told was the Titans and the Jets. As we can see, neither one of those happened because the Titans are going Cam Ward, Jets got Justin Fields. So what happens next? They restructure his contract to kind of say, okay, it's going to be a 1-year rental. Then after that, we're going to cut you. So, and now with this injury stuff, which I didn't even know about, and the crazy thing is, a lot of the team didn't know about it. So is he lying about it? Don't necessarily know. He might be. This might just be his way of saying, you know what? I'm not going to play for you because I know you're going to draft my replacement. I'm not doing that. Either cut me, trade me, whatever. So I don't think Derek plays week 1 for the Saints. I don't even think he makes it to training camp. You might see something post June 1. If anything happens, if he suits up for the Saints this year, I'll just say this: I'd be pleasantly surprised.
Okay. Gotcha. And Logan, if you don't mind, some people are saying that it looks like your might be making a little noise. If you want to unplug it and replug it in, I don't know. Just
Yeah,
try
it's
that
like
out for me.
it's like a little robotic sound. It was doing good backstage before we started, but now it's acted up.
Trail said it sounds like a busted
Oh,
speaker.
It does sound like the bass, too much bass on it or something.
Yeah.
The damn sub blew.
You on mute right now?
Let's see. But while Logan's getting that fixed up, I mean, I'll just kind of play off of what Logan was saying too. It's yeah, I mean, that's a lot of things I've heard similar. I think the thing that confused me most throughout this time was whenever Coach Kellen Moore came in and was hired by the Saints, we first got the news that he didn't want him there. Then it was all of a sudden like a week later that, oh no, that wasn't true. He did want him there. So it's like, okay, so who are we lying to is what we're trying to figure out. And then we got the reports I think just a couple days ago. I forget the lady's name that apparently is a very recognizable and you can take her word for things about how this was kind of a plan by Derek Carr because he doesn't want to be a transitional quarterback for the Saints. So he's known about the shoulder thing. It was never a chance that he was going to go ahead and be ready to play. They were just hoping to get him traded. Well, now since the trades doesn't look like it's working, now he's sitting there like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to play injured. I'm not going to, it looks like we're going to draft the quarterback is what it seems like the talks are amongst the players and the team right now. And so he's like, you know what? F it. I'm just going to say I'm injured, not play, take my paycheck and then figure it out for next year, which is like just the most sad, sorry excuse for a man I've ever heard. Like, someone for Carr, I know a lot of people hated his play and stuff like that, but I thought as a man, he was a pretty straight shooter when it came to stuff like that. And obviously I was way off and way wrong.
Well, I guess it's my turn. So buckle up.
Here we go.
First of all, this is an injury that Derek Carr had in 2023. He played with it. This is the injury Derek Carr had last year. He played with it. Shouts out to Matt Moscona. If y'all didn't see Matt's rant today, let me just say Matt exposed the hell out of Derek Carr. Derek Carr, remember guys, exiting, he told Catherine Terrell, I will not take a pay cut, but I will most definitely restructure my contract. Out his own mouth. Mm-hmm. Matt Moscona played that today on his show and exposed him. Now, 3 months later, all of a sudden, you upset about the restructure. Now, let's turn it to Mickey Loomis. Because all of this, you knew this man did not want to be here. You knew about the injury he had, but you still signed him to another contract. You restructure his contract, and now he's on the books through 2026. To me, the Saints just need to eat the dead money after June 1st. Cut him, eat the dead money, still gonna be $69 million. Whatever. The same thing would have been if you'd have just cut him earlier this year. Cut your losses, let him go. You take whoever you draft this year, and family, I don't get your hopes up because I don't think we're gonna get a quarterback in the first round. I'm telling you.
don't get your hopes up. But they're getting a quarterback, and that young quarterback will come in and he will battle with Spencer Rattler. I think Jake Hayner is going to be released, and they're going to try to bring a veteran quarterback in to go with Rattler and the young quarterback that they bring in this season. Now, this whole scenario with Derek Carr, if your shoulder's too hurt, you may have to miss the whole season. How in the hell how you go pass a physical for another team who may want to trade for you? How you go pass the physical for the trade to go through? So there's a lot of stuff going on with this guy, man. And I listen, right now, Derek Carr is the biggest bust as a free agent signing in the history of New Orleans Saints. Why? Because the money he was paid. Why? Because he had to come here, and he did not have to be. When Derek Carr was brought here, he wasn't brought here to be the man. He was brought here as the final piece to be a competent quarterback that to lead this team, a ready-made team that was ready for a playoff run in a weak division. He cannot. He couldn't do that. In 27 games, Derek Carr is 14-13. Before coming to the Saints, he was durable. Since coming to the Saints, Derek Carr has missed several games each season. So this relationship, it hasn't worked. It's time to just move on. How can you bring, and I'm going to ask all you guys, how can you bring Derek Carr back into the fold, to the team? You can't bring this man back in the building because he doesn't want to be there. You can't have him around the team. You can't have him on the sidelines. And think about this. If, let's say the injury that he had, he decides to get surgery, and then they say he'll be back mid-season. Why bring him back mid-season? Just put him on season.
He's known he had the injury last season. That's the thing. He's known he's had it. So if he had it, he would have got surgery done earlier, and then he'd been fine come training camp, week 1, week 3, something like that. The reason why is because he's a sneaky little rat. And that's like me just trying to keep it as kindly as possible, man. It's as simple as that. He's trying to take up Hoodie Jew's job by doing the car previews that he was doing with one of his buddies. And so you hadn't seen that? Oh, see, that's how you know Hoodie been away for a while. He was doing a review of some like Rolls Royce or something like that.
Yeah.
Like not even 3 days later after he announced all these issues came out. It's sad, bro. The dude's a bum.
I mean, let me just give y'all my thoughts now. This is the crazy thing. Everybody knows when he first came here, and after his first year or two, I was trying to be nice and support him and be by his side, because we had a lot of Saints fans that just hated him from the beginning, just because he's trash, da 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 da. But there's no more of Hoodie Jew being able to stick up for him just because he showed his true color now. He showed me who he is, showed me what type of person he is. He shows me that he really don't give a damn about the team, and now the real thing is, it doesn't matter if you don't play this season at all and we release you and all that. I think it's time for him to retire, because I don't want to see how another team can even trust you now as their franchise quarterback if you acting like this already with another team. So how are you gonna even be able to be trusted on a different organization? That's the real question. So at the end of the day, he's got to move on. Like you said, it probably is one of the worst signings ever. But other than that, it's time to move on. And the cool thing is that a lot of Saints fans should be really excited about. Number one, y'all got rid of Dennis Allen and possibly Derek Carr in the same season. Like, they both going to be finally going out your way. So now the new season, new head coach, very offensive minded, and Kellen Moore. And now the question is, do we stick with Rattler, or do the Saints actually go and draft somebody if they fall, or do they want to move up? And all I'm saying is, I'm hearing a lot of rumors lately that somebody might be falling to the Saints at number 9. And just got to ask, this is my next question for all of y'all on here. What are you going to do if you hearing the Saints at the draft, they put at number 9, and they say, with the 9th pick in the NFL 2025 draft, the New Orleans Saints select, and this pops up on your screen? What are y'all doing? Clapping, Or y'all saying, what the frick, why did we waste a pick on this guy? Because I hear a lot of, mixed feelings about this guy. So what y'all doing if y'all see this?
I'm applauding.
I
I'm
don't.
happy.
I don't see it.
I don't think you'll be there though.
Yeah.
I posted that picture on my Twitter. I took that from Mel Kiper. I will do the Carlton dance, and I can't dance worth a flip.
Okay.
I will do the Carlton dance for everybody. That's how happy I will
Whatever
be.
was.
I mean, the Carlton dance is already based on the rich white guy dance that Eddie Murphy used to joke about in his Eddie Murphy Raw special. So y'all will be seeing me do the white man dance or the Carlton. So, but that's how happy I would be. I mean, the mixed reviews that I hear, well, the comments, let's just say a lot of people are telling on themselves. I'll leave it at that. But getting Shedeur Sanders would be, I think, a franchise changer. He comes in, he's already a confident guy. You can't really knock his confidence. He gets his confidence from his dad. If he gets anything from his dad, he gets Coach Prime's confidence. And the one thing when I evaluated his tape, and I watched a lot of Colorado's games, because I feel like I wasn't the only one staying up till like 2 a.m. watching Colorado's games, playing Colorado State and people like that. And on tape just really reminds me of a supercharged version of Teddy Bridgewater. I've been saying that for months too. Even West Virginia version of Geno Smith, not Jets, Seahawks, but college version of Geno. And you add Shedeur to this team, I think it brings the same amount of excitement that Reggie Bush did in 2006. That's what I think. I mean, if you want butts and seats, you get Shedeur Sanders. It would be the same thing, like I said, drafted Reggie Bush in 06. People are going to call me crazy for that. I don't care, but that's what I feel and that's what I believe.
Okay. What about you, Zach?
Yeah, I mean, look, if he drops a 9, then you got to go ahead and grab him. I mean, I know Dolph say he doesn't know if he'll get there. I think Logan kind of agrees with that too. I mean, to me, I see one team ahead of him that hold on one second. God bless me. Thank you. I mean, the one big thing that he's got to get past is getting past the Raiders. Obviously, worked with Tom from talking with Nan, who's a Raiders fan. He keeps up with everything. They seem to also really be big on Jackson Dart. They also need a running back as well. I think it's a very good chance that Shedeur can drop to that night spot, and if he's there, you got to take him. I mean, it's one of those guys where it's you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I mean, you don't have that many opportunities in a franchise that have potential to grab someone that can totally flip a franchise around, and Shedeur is definitely one of those. And if it doesn't work, well, then guess what? You gave a shot at a quarterback that originally was planned to go in the top 2 or top 3, and then you go ahead and you grab them at 9. And if it don't work out, well, then you rinse and repeat, and they'll have some more to come. But you got to take the advantages if that happens. If for somehow he gets picked up beforehand, there's still a lot of good quarterbacks left over in this draft. There's a lot of guys, one that's been the big one that's coming out is obviously Jackson Dart from Ole Miss. But even past that, Shuck from Louisville, Hennigan from Memphis. These are 2 guys that I just now am starting to see people talking about Shuck, and we've been talking about him now since the Senior Bowl 2.5 months ago. We've been all over it. I mean, he is damn good. That the only reason why he's not higher right now is because of some unfortunate injuries that he had early on in his career in college, and so he hasn't had the time of play for people to really evaluate him. But he is on the money, man.
Yeah. If Shedeur is on the board, the Saints need to run that code up and select Shedeur. Now, here's the thing.
Tell them to pause the ad breaks. No commercials.
The draft starts at 2. Everyone says the draft starts at 2. Cleveland and the Giants. Both teams have recently made additions to their quarterback room. You got Kenny Pickett, and old man went to himself is back in Cleveland, Joe Flacco. Now, the Giants, they go out, they sign James for the backup. That's what he is, the backup. And then they bring Russell Wilson to be the starter this season. Does that stop the Giants from drafting Shedeur Sanders with the 3rd overall pick? At first, I was like, they don't need him yet because this coaching staff is on the hot seat. They have to win. So now, as I step back and I'm thinking, okay, you got Russell. If something happens to Russell, you got a veteran in Jameis to come in, play a couple games to Russell, get back. If you do select Shedeur, he doesn't have to play this season. He can sit back and learn from those two guys, gentlemen, how to be a pro, how to study film. Listen, I know he's been mentored by Tom Brady and everything, but you're not coming into the NFL. You're going to be your own man. You have to learn how to be a pro. The one thing I like about Shedeur Sanders is the kid's a winner. Everywhere the kid go, he's a winner. Now, before the NFL Combine, and Logan, let me know if I'm wrong, before the NFL Combine, the consensus number one quarterback was Shedeur Sanders. Soon as he said he refused to work out at the Combine, then you got the rumors, oh, he didn't care about what we thought about him. What the hell is that? So they tear the kid down. Now all of a sudden, listen, Cam Ward, I'm happy for all these kids who are going to get their name called next week. Cam Ward, great tools. He's number one now. Okay, fine. Now, but they're trying to tear Shedeur down. He passed the ball. His balls are fluttery. He can't throw deep. His balls are better when he throws deep. Now, like every quarterback coming in this draft has something to work on. Shedeur thing is this.
As they should.
He tries to get the big play too much. But did you see the offensive line at Colorado when he first got there?
Horrible.
The
last 2 years was horrible.
Yeah.
The last 2 years at Colorado were horrible. And the one thing people tell me on Twitter, because I'm always in these debates over Shedeur Sanders, they all hate him because of his last name, by the way. That's really only it. Is one of the most sacked quarterbacks in college football, but they don't quite understand the context. I mean, yes, there's times where he kind of stands in the pocket a little bit too long, but the last 2 years at Colorado, he's had one of the worst offensive lines. I mean, Deion's tried to go into the portal to get offensive linemen, and he has, but it's just he hasn't been able to get good linemen. But Shedeur was still able to pass for 74% completion percentage, over 4,100 yards, 37 touchdowns, only 10 interceptions. And then he goes down as the most accurate quarterback in college football history, 70.1% completion percentage. He's first on the list. And guess who's number 4? Kellen Moore, who was the Saints head coach. So, I mean, come on now. I mean, I just don't quite get why he's getting so much hate. And if they want to let him drop the number 9, be my guest, that's going to be a huge mistake, and so be it.
Yeah, I like you're a moron if you don't pick him up at number 9 if he gets there. It's just plain stupidity. It'd be the biggest miss ever. Like, it don't really matter who else is on the board. You got to give it a go. If it don't work, it don't work. I mean, based off of like things of like I'm not a big film study guy. I go to my brothers over at ECG for that. They're certified the Dante is a certified NFL scout. He does extensive scouting reports on players and teams and stuff like that. And, you know, his complaint is much similar to everybody, but he actually has, you know, he has facts to back it up. I ain't going to try and quote everything he said, but it is in that general line of, you know, it's worried about the sacks. He understands the offensive line was bad, but he feels like sometimes his lack of ability to throw guys open, and then also relying on the Heisman winner in Travis Hunter and using that as a scapegoat at certain times. And I think that was his like biggest concern, that he holds on the ball just a little bit too long and struggles to throw people open. And that was the things that he's seen through his film study.
Yeah. I mean, to me, y'all, a lot of people, like he said, like Logan said, a lot of people just hate him just because of why his last name is Sanders, and a lot of people still hate. A lot of people still hate Deion, but I don't think a lot of people realize the hate that they just drove towards Deion Sanders as a coach. And if you just watch the behind the scenes when he's getting filmed, you know, and all that, he's actually a freaking coach that I would love to play for, just because he's hyping you up and make sure you're doing well, make sure you got the grades. Like, he makes sure you're doing everything perfectly. And he's basically saying, if you don't have each other's back as a team and we're not brothers in here, then this spot ain't for you. Like, this place ain't for you to be here. So you already know with Sanders, having his dad's background, he's going to be one of those guys too. I've heard a lot of stuff from people saying he's a great leader. Like he's always picking up his people off the ground. And they said no matter how many times, like y'all said, with that terrible O line, no matter how many times he got sacked, guess what? Guess what he did? He got up and guess what? He just told everybody how great his offensive line was. Even though he got sacked, he still loves his brothers in that room.
Very true. Yeah.
So
very good,
and that's
great
and,
team
and
player.
that's something we need because
Mhm.
what did we have the last few years? We had a liar. We had a guy that was trying to blame people. So
Mhm.
if you can bring in a guy like that, that's gonna be, the face of your franchise, and that's gonna have your brother's back. That's gonna actually, play. And the one thing I like about him coming from Deion Sanders is his dad knows what it takes to be a great player, to be a Hall of Famer. So guess what? His dad's gonna be on his ass 24/7 to tell him how to be a great one. He's gonna tell him this is what you have to do. When I was a DB, this is how I watched the quarterback. So now you know what to look into a DB. Like he's gonna make sure his son is prepared and make sure his son has the best, successful life. So I think it's gonna be great just to bring him in here. And not only that, is not one of those quarterbacks that's just can't run. He can run if you need him to. If he needs to scramble and make a play, he can do that for you as well. And that's something that we have been missing. And the last thing I want to say about him is a lot of people hate him because of his little watch, symbol and him being cocky and all that. Guess what? You want confidence like that in your player. You want just a plain player that doesn't have confidence and doesn't have no swag. You want that in today's world. And people can say, well, oh, he played for Colorado, so he didn't play that many people. He played for Jackson State. Cool. But what was his name last year that won MVP of the league? What was his name, y'all?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. And
he played for Louisville.
For Louisville, right? And then who was the runner-up? That was that's everybody saying he's probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he plays for a team called the Bills.
Oh,
Yeah, Josh Allen won MVP last
Yeah.
year.
And he went
Josh
to
Allen
Wyoming.
Josh Allen won last year. Okay, so Josh Allen won last year too. And guess where he played? Wyoming. These random places. So who says he can't come on random place? And he's got his own damn dad that's a Hall of Famer. So if you tell me that, oh, I don't want him because of his swagger and all that. Now you're just full of baloney cheese. Now I'm gonna ask all my Saints fans this: who would you rather as your quarterback, Sanders or Derek Carr? Choose.
Oh, now you're asking silly questions.
Now choose now. But at the end of the day, I would take Sanders. Now this is where it kind of leans towards the next question. It seems like the Saints, well, maybe not the Saints. It's really more Kellen Moore, because he's the head coach now. He's in charge. He's gonna be the one that wants to pick out his next quarterback for the team. It seems like he's got a lot of love for Jackson Dart. What do y'all think about Jackson Dart? Maybe because now there's rumors going around. I think I seen it today on Twitter. He's probably not gonna come out. He's not gonna fall to the second round now when they were projecting him to be a second round pick.
So, well, first things first, I switched mics. I'm seeing everyone in the comments. I did a quick mic switch, and it seems like it worked. So that's good. That's good to know. I always carry backups. But the thing with Jackson Dart, he's not going to fall out of round one, and if he does, and then a lot of people was lying. This is lion season, as we know, with the draft. And yes, I have heard Kellen does like Jackson Dart a lot. But at 9, I'm not entirely sure or for certain it's going to be at 9. Now, could it be a scenario where we draft, say, someone like, a James Pierce or one of these high-end defensive players, and then, you trade up, pick 18 in front of Pittsburgh and get them, then maybe. But Jackson, before Shedeur started sliding down draft boards, I was all on the Jackson. I was okay with that because my comp for him is Jake Plummer, and I don't know if anyone remembers Jake Plummer, but that's my pro comp for Jackson Dart, and I think he fits Kellen Moore's system just like Shedeur does. But it seems like Jackson Dart started rising up the draft boards and Shedeur started falling, which doesn't make quite a bit of sense. But I would be okay with Jackson Dart if Shedeur is not there, of course. But I honestly can see a world where he does fall out of round 1 because we've seen it happen before. I mean, once upon a time, Malik Willis was supposed to go round 1, and he went round 3. So, but all in all, I'd be okay with Jackson Dart if they took him.
Okay. What about you, Dolph?
Jackson Dart is this year's Will Levis, Zach Wilson. Remember when they were talking Will Levis up to the first round? They talked Zach Wilson all the way up to the second pick of the draft. And everybody knew that kid was not that. And he's been proven throughout his career. Now, I do like Jackson Dart, but like Logan said, at number 9, no.
Hell
but
no.
I really love Tyler Shuck. I'm just telling you, I love that kid from Louisville. I'm telling you, people look at his age. Well, he's been in college 7 years. He's been hurt. He's 26. Nah, I'm not saying you take him at 9, but I'm saying this: if Shedor's not there, and there's not a quarterback that the Saints love, whoever they pick at 9, it has to be a player that they love. That player has to be a player that the Saints love. If Shedor's gone, I think you go best player on the board because we need help everywhere. You need help at defensive tackle.
Wrong.
you need linebackers. We need help in the secondary because right now, who's our starting corners? Are you comfortable with Alante out there on the corner? Are you comfortable with Kool-Aid right now? No, they all got to prove themselves. So that's we can go corner. We can go still need young safety, but I just think that Jackson. Now listen, you got to Jackson Thought put up. He's a good player. Now I'm not saying he's not a good player. He played at Ole Miss. He played in the SEC. He played I call the SEC the baby NFL. So if you do it against NFL caliber talent, there, no doubt you should be able to do it. The jump is not too big. Let me put it like that for Jackson Dart from college to the NFL. Let's say for someone coming from a FCS school, But
I mean,
go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, I mean the only big things with Jackson Dart is he played, I think it was like upward to like 80% or something like that of his snaps all from shotgun. Doesn't play a lot under center. Didn't do a lot of play action over at Ole Miss, which you got to be able to do that in the NFL. Now that is becoming something that isn't happening as much. We see, we see the Eagles don't do it much. The way Commanders coached with Jane Daniels, they also did a very similar thing with him. They kind of eased him in, which I think is the proper way to bring in a rookie quarterback, is to slowly mold them into NFL form and not try to just put them into situations that they're uncomfortable. But with Jackson Dart, that's definitely something of concern as time goes by of how far he can go. And then also, when we watched him at the Senior Bowl, we were at oohs and ahs over the passes that he made, because I mean he was on the money. It seemed like every single one, but the ones that weren't on the money was whenever he was fumbling snaps. He fumbled 4 snaps in just 3 days of practice. He fumbled. I think it was two from the shotgun and 3 from under center.
Guys, every year in the draft, there's always that pick within the top 12 to 15 that no one saw coming, that totally flips people's board, and I think it's going to happen this year. Quiet as it kept, no one's paying attention. Are you guys paying attention that Jalen Milroe was invited to Green Bay for the first round? He's going to be live. He's going to be there. Now, you don't get invited to Green Bay unless you have it on good authority. You're going in the first round. There's a very good chance we're going to hear Jalen Milroe's name called next Thursday night. Now,
to the Steelers.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. The Steelers are very high on him. When I say they love him like, like the Kardashians love NBA players. That's how much they love him.
Yeah.
So I am not high on Milroe at all. When I kept saying he needed to stay another year in college, because when you look at, you can see he regressed when Saban wasn't there, and he had to go into a different style of offense where Michael Penix shined at. Like, okay, all right, Jalen, we want you to pass it more. You're already an elite runner. Let's see if you could throw the ball better. And he did not. He regressed. Yes, 20 touchdowns on the ground is impressive,
Probably half of those was against LSU's defense, unfortunately. But I think he is just, yes, he is athletic. I give him that. He is an elite runner, but as a thrower of the football, he just needs a lot of work. It kind of reminds me of just, Anthony Richardson in a way, because, Anthony Richardson came in so raw, so green, needing a lot of work, and then they throw him into the fire, and you see how AR still probably needed another 1 to 2 years to sit behind maybe someone like, with Joe Flacco was there. But, with Jalen Milroe, I firmly believe, I think he falls out of round 1. If the Steelers don't draft him, I think he gets to Cleveland's second-round pick, and then you're going to see him and Kenny Pickett duke it out, or you even may see Kenny Pickett throw him some jailbreak screens or some slip screens, because, I just don't think Jalen Milroe is going to be ready for another few years. He needs time to develop. That's just my opinion on him.
Okay. Well, let me ask y'all this. So, we always said we'll take Sanders if he drops, We always said we don't know if we want Dart at number 9, because it sounds like it's too high. So, let's say Sanders somehow goes in the top 5, somebody actually bites on him, like the Giants decide to get him or whatever. We all know Mason Grant's probably a top 5 pick with the way they sound, and Travis Hunter's probably top 5, Cam Ward. And, from there, you kind of don't know what we're going to do. So, if the Saints are sitting at number 9, and you got these, few players available, what route are we going, okay? You got Will Johnson on the board. You got Will Campbell on the board. Somehow, which I doubt if he's going to even fall to number 9, but Ashton Jeanty falls to number 9. And then you got a defensive player by the name of, what's his name? Last name Stewart for Texas A&M.
Oh, Shamar.
Shamar Stewart.
So you got those 4, people basically just sitting there at number 9, and, Sanders is gone and all that. So now what route are you going? Are you going corner? Are you going D-line? Are you going running back? Are you going offensive line and Campbell? Like, who are you going after? Because all of these players can be a great franchise player for you.
I feel like with the new, I feel like we've been needing just something fun. And I'd love to. You didn't even mention the guy that I think I'd prefer over all of them, which is T-Mac out from Arizona, man. I think we could use a big body receiver. I've been saying we need a big body receiver for several years now. That's my guy. I was between him and Ashton Jeanty. If we aren't able to get a quarterback at 9, of course, there's some other guys that look pretty good. I know a lot of people were even talking about trying to get the tight end. Goodness, I'm forgetting his name now.
Tyler Warren.
Trying to get Tyler Warren, which, somebody in there. Like, I feel like I want to see somebody fun coming out the draft. I'm normally not a guy that's like, yeah, let's go and get something flashy. But because we're in a situation now where we literally need somebody at just about every single position, I want to get somebody fun that can be a difference maker right away.
Well, if you're asking me, so Shedur's gone, and those are the players available. Before all of this, I was on the Ashton Jeanty train, and I was telling people, look, if you pass on Ashton Jeanty, you're passing on the next LaDainian Tomlinson, the next Priest Holmes. When I look at film, I've never given a comp of Priest Holmes, because, Priest Holmes is one of one, but that's just who he reminds me of. You add Ashton Jeanty to this offense, he gets to sit behind Kamara, and what's the one thing that this offense has been missing for years since, Mark Ingram left? He came back, but he wasn't the same Mark Ingram. We've been missing that kind of 1-2 punch. Even the 1-2-3 punch of 2011, we haven't had it in years. So if you get
and look at the NFL right now too. Like outside of Saquon and Derrick Henry, all good running teams have that 1-2, sometimes 3 punch right now.
Right, and if you look at the teams that went far, outside the Eagles, you look at the Commanders, they had Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson. The Detroit Lions had Jamar Gibbs and David Montgomery. So if you get Ashton Jeanty in there, who's to say Alvin Kamara plays, say maybe 2, maybe 3 years, because the age for running backs, the average retirement age is 30, and he's approaching that. So you get Jeanty in there with Alvin Kamara, I think it would be great. And then maybe you pick up a quarterback in round 2. I don't even know who would be there in round 2, but maybe even the middle round, someone like a Kyle McCord, and throw him in the mix. But I would take Jeanty if Shedeur is not there.
Okay. What about you, Dove?
Um, I I I hear what Logan's saying about Gente, and just because of the injuries that Kendrick Miller has had, that's why I wouldn't be against Gente if he's there. We see that running backs do matter. Um, Saquon he just had the greatest season of any running back in the history of the National Football League, regular season and playoffs. I mean, what that kid did was truly amazing. Derrick Henry, still one of the best in the game. We got our own Alvin, Christian McCaffrey. I mean, running backs do matter. And when you think about it, the greatest running back class was in 2017. And I saw this today. In 2017, guys, you had Joe Mixon, still valuable, still playing today, playing at a high level. Delvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey, James Conner, who a lot of people overlook, but James Conner's had a solid career. Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, and you had Alvin Kamara that was taking, and Kareem Hunt, who led the league in rushing. So if Gente's there, yes, but I think I'm going to go. I like the corner from Michigan, but I'm still thinking that's kind of high at 9, though. I mean, he's nice though, man. The thing that a lot of people is scaring a lot of people off is his 40 time, but he did get injured. But the kid, when you turn on the tape, man, the kid can play. The kid, he's a different maker, and I think. So I'm gonna go Will Johnson. I go Will Johnson, man. I go Will Johnson. That's to answer your question. I went all the way around the world, but
we got there. You got there.
We got there.
Yeah,
it's your old age, dog. That's all it is.
I got you, but like me, I wouldn't even know. Like if I was Kellen Moore, I'd be like, look, I don't even know who I want because number one, that O line needs some fixing. So Will Campbell on the board, I could put him inside, I can put him outside. I don't care wherever I need to put him. I know he's gonna play. He's gonna be a franchise, lineman. Then I think, okay, well, we need another corner, because we lost Adebo and Lattimore. So now you're down to Alontae Taylor and Kool-Aid. And it looks like Alontae Taylor finally just got comfortable playing the slot last year, and now he's got to go back to outside, So I need me another corner. But then you think about it, and you said, okay, running back. Alvin Kamara keeps getting hurt now. If Kamara gets hurt again, then who we got now? Kendrick Miller can't stay healthy. So who's going to be our running back? Because you got rid of Jamal Williams, so who's going to be that guy? So, okay, Gente will be a good running back. But then, like Zach said, the receivers, you do need some more receivers because it seems like, what's his name, Malavic, he's getting concussion, so he's not on the field all the time. So you do need a big guy receiver. So I'm thinking of T-Mac. Okay, cool. But then you can also think of a guy, I didn't even mention him. What about Tyler Warren from Penn State, tight end? Really great tight end, like the next George Kittle, they saying. What about him? Because you do need a tight end as well. But
could you imagine how mad the Bears would be if we grabbed Tyler Warren? They would be pissed.
They would be mad.
They would be so pissed.
I just don't know. It's just like I'll be lost just because like I feel like no matter who they go with out of those people, you're gonna have a stud because I feel like they're all gonna be a franchise player. They're all gonna be that good. You just wish you can have 3 or 4 picks in a row and just pick them all if you could, but we can't. So you kind of think about it is like I know some people say, well, you don't really need Gente because you got Kamara and you got Miller. Hopefully Miller stays healthy and if
we still got Clyde Edwards-Helaire too.
Yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Okay, so you got him. So you maybe don't really need the running back, but the thing is, if he's there, it's just like the Falcons. They didn't freaking need Bijan at the thing, but they went and got him because he was the best running back in the draft. And look what they got between him and what's his name, the backup running back,
Tyler Algier.
Yeah, just look at them two. 1-2 punch. So it wouldn't hurt to have a 1-2 punch with Kamara in them, right? But at the end of the day, we'll see who we going with. But if I had to pick one off the top, I might just have to go with my boy Zach and just get T-Mac just because we do need a big boy wide receiver. And
I've been begging for it, man. I've been begging for it for
Michael
3
Thomas
years.
ain't saving us. Michael Thomas ain't coming to save us. So
Is T-Mac a game changer?
I'll say yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't he have like 97% catch percentage inside 10 yards. He for sure is. He's those hard yards, those 3rd and 4s, 3rd and 5s and stuff that we've been missing now for how long? We get into those third and medium situations right now, and it's either we got to go over the top, across the mid. Well, we try to go across the middle with Derek Carr, but that's just sending somebody out to Oshner, or we try to run the ball. We never get anywhere. You know, like you need somebody. We need someone that can just go ahead, slant 5-6 yards, boom. I imagine how many the extra games we could have won just in the last 2 years if we had somebody that could consistently catch 4 or 5 yard slants.
Yeah, I like Higgins. I like the kid from Iowa State too.
I do too. And the thing with T-Mac is, I'm sorry. The thing with T-Mac, the one thing he's got to work on is getting off the line, because I mean, there's times he gets jammed up and he can't get the corner off of him.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, he is just a dominating force. I mean, he's hard to, once he actually gets you off of him, he's actually hard to guard. And you throw it up to him, I think he's going to go up and get the rebound like, Jimmy used to do at tight end for us. So I think it would be a good pick. So we do need another big body receiver. We kind of haven't had one since MT, and even before that was Colston. So but Higgins, like you said, Dolph, I mean, I really like him. That guy,
yes,
he might be a steal.
Big body.
There's even a couple of late round wide receivers too. Oh goodness, Dolph, who's the guy at the Senior Bowl that we were watching? He was a guy I talked to his trainer for a couple seconds. Oh my God, what school did he go to? It's gonna piss me off so much.
Wide receiver?
It was a wide receiver. Yeah, he was killing it. He's from like a smaller school, not like super small, but a smaller school.
You talking about Betch?
No, not Betch. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Hold up. Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna find it while I'm looking. Hold up. It's
I mean T-Max. Yeah, he has to work on getting off those jams at the line of scrimmage, man. And first of all, you're too big. You should be more physical coming off the line of scrimmage. My comp when I look at him, Logan, Hoodie, and Zach is plays in Tampa Bay and is a future Hall of Famer. Mike Evans. Mike Evans. If he gives us anything, if the Saints get him and he gives us anything close to what Mike Evans did, it's a home run.
Oh yeah.
Now, you might not like Mike Evans, Who That Nation, but damn it, that's a Hall of Famer.
That's true.
That guy is special.
Oh, he definitely is. I figured out the name. It's not a small school. It's just a team that hasn't done anything in a while. Isaac Tesla from Arkansas.
Tesla.
Oh,
Tesla. He was grabbing everything at the Senior Bowl. He just threw it up. His hands were on. He was coming down with it.
And I'm looking at the comments right now. One guy that I've been high on for many months, someone brought up Pat Bryant. I mean, I've been telling people about this guy from Illinois for ages. He reminds me of, I don't know if people remember him. He used to play for Detroit, Roy Williams. Yeah. Before Calvin Johnson, there was Roy Williams. I mean, that's who Pat Bryant reminds me of. So I really like Pat Bryant, Ted. And then you got Jalen Royal, someone mentioned. He's a great speedy guy, but you got to go get the big body receiver now. You got all the speedy guys now, so do something. You got to go get the possession receiver now.
Oh yeah.
And that goes back to what I'm sorry. Go ahead, Hood.
Oh no. The thing I just want to ask. Speaking of receivers, let's say you go get a big body receiver. This is a question for all of y'all, especially Logan. What do you think about Kellen Moore bringing in a guy like Brandon Cooks? A future. A former Saints player now coming back, he got the speed still, doesn't have the size, that you need, but he does have the speed and stuff. So, what you think he's going to use him for?
Well, first of all, I think Brandon Cooks is very serviceable. Him bringing Brandon Cooks in kind of is like, okay, we needed another veteran in the room, and Brandon Cooks wanted to come back, and him and Kellen Moore have familiarity from the Dallas days, I believe, if I'm correctly. And he already knows Kellen Moore's system, and I think he's going to use Brandon Cooks, maybe like he did similarly to Dallas. You might see him in the slot. You might see him throw at the Y, at the X. He's going to use them all over. Because, I mean, everywhere Brandon Cooks has been, I mean, he's not going to get you 1,000 yards in a season. He might get you, 500 in a season, maybe 5 to 6 touchdowns. But you don't need him to be the wide receiver 1. You just need him to be serviceable. So I think Kellen Moore bringing him in was pretty smart. So, and like I said, the familiarity with Kellen Moore's system, I just think is a bonus. So I think it was a good pickup.
Okay. But yeah, go back to what you was about to say, Dolph.
I forgot.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
That mean it wasn't important.
It couldn't
Okay,
be that
my
important.
bad.
I did want, before we go to the next topic, I did see another thing too. I think it was Cartel Bro. He said no need to grab a running back early. He said it's a deep running back draft,
Yes.
and it is very, very much so. The one guy, the sleeper guy that Carlos likes a lot. What's his name again, Dolph? I know you're gonna know it. His name is hard to pronounce.
Bethel, running back
Bethel.
from Virginia Tech.
He's very good.
yes,
Obviously, a guy
yes.
from North Carolina. So there are some really good running backs out there in the draft.
Arizona State running back.
Oh,
Cam Scatterboo.
I
Yeah,
would
I
love
like him.
Scatterboo in the 3rd round.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
the next Mike Alstott or Peyton Hillis.
Just imagine that 1-2 punch with him and Taysom on the field and Elvin.
Hey,
Oh, good.
speaking of Taysom, everybody was talking about, he's probably going to be retiring soon, just because of his age, and the injuries that he's, getting now. You want me to tell you who's Taysom Hill 2.0? And I think I say give it about a year or two. I think it's going to be Jalen Monroe. He's going to be your Taysom Hill 2.0 because he's so physical, he's fast, but his throwing ability just ain't the best. So somebody might pick him up just to use him like a Taysom Hill and eventually let him learn some other positions or just use him for, RBOs and stuff. But I think he's going to turn into your Taysom Hill 2.0 just because the way he plays, how physical, how fast it is. But his throwing ability just not the best. It's not there.
I just remember what I was going to say, guys.
Let's go.
It came back to me, baby.
So it is important. So it is important.
Yeah, it is important, damn it. So what it is this. When we're talking about big body receivers. So, Logan, what about Tyler Warren? Tyler Warren would fit that too, right? So if the Saints
And
want
other
Tyler
needs as
Warren,
well.
so big body possession, but also able to attack the seams. Now the thing that bothers me that I look at with Tyler Warren is his consistency. He had a breakout year this year. That's why he has skyrocketed to the top of the tight end list as the number 1 tight end. But his play before this past season was kind of, suspect. He was so-so. But this year here, he put it all together, and looks like the kid's going to be a top 15 selection in this draft. What's your thoughts about that, Logan?
So Tyler Warren, Penn State used him all over the field like a Taysom. That was basically their Taysom Hill. And watching him play, I mean, even when he ran the ball, reminded me of those old NFL films I used to watch with the old Redskins, like John Riggins and stuff like. I mean, he looked like John Riggins out there wearing that 44, and when he's out there catching that tight in a way, because of how physical he is, I mean, he can have 3 people on him, and he can still catch the ball. He's that physical. But for me, call me crazy, and I know they just had the Brock Bowers draft not too long ago, and I even said that drafting a tight end that high is crazy. But if Kellen Moore likes him enough to take him at 9, I won't hate it, but I won't love it at the same time. But I also think, who the heck is going to throw him the ball? That's my only reason there.
I mean,
ain't no Brock Bowers.
I mean, this the thing. This thing too, as we have. No, that's absolutely different. But I mean, as we have talked about, is a team that needs a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? Getting someone like him onto the squad. I mean that if kind of closes the gap and it kind of consolidates what you actually need now, because you'll be able to hedge off of some of his abilities, going forward and stuff like that. Because it's going to be like this for a couple of years where we're going to need a little bit of everything to really get going. This isn't going to be a situation where we're going to go ahead and have an amazing draft this year, and next thing you know, we're 10-7 and we're all good going to the playoffs, whether it's wild card or whatever, unless you're Hoodie Jube, because we're going undefeated this year. I'm assuming Hoodie Jube, say. But it's going to be a development, man. It's got to come with a plan, and bringing in a young head coach in Kellen Moore, I think that's the most important part about all of this, is because they're bringing a new coach with a young mindset and in a new era of the NFL where things are not looked like how they were even just 10, 15 years ago. So we got to build off that. We got to be patient through it, and we got to hope that Mickey doesn't screw us.
Thank you. You took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, that's where it boils down to it.
We got rid of Dennis Allen. Look like we're getting rid of Derek Carr. They finally fired David
The car
Griffin.
finally broke down.
They fired David Griffin. But damn
See
it,
your boy
Mickey
Hoodie.
Loomis is still here.
He's not going anywhere anytime soon.
No, he's not going nowhere. He's not going
And
nowhere.
on top of that, he hired one of his best.
I know, for the damn Pelicans, man, they done fucking
You can't make this shit up, man.
Yeah,
I'm
this is
sorry.
hilarious.
You can't make this up, man.
I can only hope it goes well for us. But as for tight end, I truly think you can get a tight end at pick 40 if he makes it there. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a biased LSU fan, but Mason Taylor. Let me just say this: if the first two picks for the Saints, say pick 9 is Shadur Sanders and pick 40 is Mason Taylor, let's just say I don't care what the rest of the draft is. That's A+. You get Shadur Sanders and Mason Taylor. I am running around the block screaming in celebration. I'm going to find. I don't know. I'm going to go find fireworks. I don't know where. I mean, it's not even close to July yet, but I am throwing a party because that's two foundational pieces. I mean, Mason Taylor, incredible. I mean, you can use him at tight end. You can use him out in open space. Then you get Shadur with that too. I mean, what more can you ask for? The rest of the draft won't even matter after that. I mean, you're good to go.
And it's such a piled high class of tight ends this year. I mean, with Warren and Taylor. I mean, Taylor is, to me, he's just the most consistent tight end that I saw. Like, he does everything almost exactly the same. Scout coming here talking shit. Just say F it and wait and draft Manning. Well, we got to see how Manning does for another full year of college before we jump on that train.
I know y'all seen my tweet blow up. Don't get me started, please.
Hey, Logan.
There we go. I didn't see it. That's my girl coming here talking shit.
Logan. You said you were jumping, screaming, run outside if we get, Sanders and Mason Taylor. And then how much more will you be screaming? Will you be popping fireworks if the third round we get running back from Arizona State too? Randomly too? It'd be like, damn.
It was like boom, boom, boom. It would be incredible. I mean, it really would be.
And then the Saints somehow sign/trade and get their own former player back and Trey Henderson to come play for us. To get that edge back too. I mean, it'd be hard to get him.
I think it would be more. I think it would be more easier to get Jalen Ramsey than Trey Henderson, but that's just me.
Dream big, dream big.
Yeah, dude. The tight end class is definitely full, man. And then another guy that no one really talks about that I really like was the kid from Nebraska. That we checked out, man. He's physical. He's got a long reach, pretty good hands. Not the greatest blocker, but he puts in a lot of effort with a little bit of coaching. He can clean that up too. What you munching over there?
If we don't get you do, we need to get Curtis Rock out of Indiana.
I've watched a lot of. I mean, when Indiana started having a Cinderella season, I started paying attention more. And I mean,
he's not bad.
He's not bad, but he's someone I would think, okay, 6th, 7th round flyer, but, on him, and then next I started seeing him come back to earth a little bit, but, I mean, I wouldn't hate it, but,
So, let me ask y'all this. Shadur is gone, Jackson Dart's gone,
Rose in Cleveland.
And Rose in Cleveland. 2nd round, Saints on the clock, and they're taking a quarterback.
Do we take a quarterback though?
You got
to take a quarterback though.
They got to take quarterback in 2nd round.
Hey, y'all know who's kind of shocked me a little bit when I was watching some of the college football last year, and every time I seen this team on the field, and I was like, damn, this dude's pretty damn impressive. I don't remember the dude's name like this, okay? So don't kill me for it. But I think he was the quarterback from Memphis. He was making all these kind of plays.
Scott Hennigan.
Yeah, he was making some good. He was making some good plays. I'm like, damn. Okay.
Yeah. Seth is really nice too. He's I think he's tall too. Andy, isn't he like
about 6'3"?
6'3", I think. Let's see.
What y'all think about this? What y'all think about what Cartel said?
So, yeah, and only 22 years old as well.
I mean,
6'3", 215.
I don't hate Curtis Rourke, but I mean, I wouldn't. 6th round is the grade I have. 6th, 7th round is the grade I have for him. I mean, if there's one guy I would take is, I mean, this dude has a lot of swag to his game. I mean, after he left Ohio State, they won the championship, but that's neither here nor there. Is Kyle McCord from Syracuse? That guy.
Yes.
He reminds me, literally, if Jared Goff had drip and swag. That's what he reminds me of. Like a tougher version of Jared Goff and a swaggier version of Jared Goff. Like Baker Mayfield-ish kind of. But
I think somebody said they compared him to Brock Purdy. I think somebody said.
You got a chip on his shoulder, too.
Oh,
He got a chip on
was it
his
him?
shoulder.
Was it him, or were they talking about the quarterback from Louisville?
no, they was talking about they was talking about Kyle McCord. I mean, he's underrated. Him and Will Howard actually. That's two. That's 3rd round, 4th round kind of range. I mean, not 2nd round, but I mean, I wouldn't, hate getting Kyle McCord is nice.
And he started out at Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he was speaking of it the other day. Like he is highly pissed. Like, let me say, he's ready to prove a lot of people wrong. That kid can play.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That kid can play. I mean, this quarterback. I mean, they say that the quarterbacks in this draft aren't as good as last year. I think they're going top heavy. It's not as top heavy as last year, but
for sure.
I think in quantity is just as good. No one thought that first of all, no one had any idea that those many quarterbacks would be selected last year in the 1st round. One, we still have no idea what he can do. And J.J. McCarthy, this literally be his rookie season.
I can't believe they're just handing him the keys like that. It's so crazy to me.
I mean, who you gonna give it to? Aaron Rodgers?
I don't know. I thought they would have tried to re-sign Darnold for another year, but they came out and let him go as soon as it happened.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you invested that. Listen, they see the kid every day. They know what they got. That's how I look at it. Like, Spencer Rattler went 0-6. I understand that, y'all. We all understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he can ever put 2 halves together, because if you take that 2nd half against the Redskins with some of his other first halves of the season and put that together,
you got something.
We having a hope. There's something there. That's all I'm gonna say. There's something there. So that's why I'm saying that it may not be in the 1st round, but I think you cannot go past. You definitely can't come out of day 2 without a quarterback.
Right.
You have to come out with a quarterback. You can't go get another 4th, 5th round quarterback.
No, you can't do that.
You got to get a quarterback in day 2, and I'm saying the 2nd round. You got to. At number 9, if Shadua's gone, hey, there's a chance Shadua's gone and Jackson Dart. In case they go back to back. Cleveland and the Giants. Then what? A lot of people's bored. Now you sit back and you start looking who needs quarterback. The team that no one's talking about that possibly could select Shadua or Jackson Dart, the New York Jets. Think about it. The New York Jets. Who's their starting quarterback?
Justin Fields right now.
Yeah. But they not. He got a 2-year contract. He's not locked in. And you need what? Competition.
Oh yeah.
So why not bring Shadua in? Why not bring Jackson Dart in? Let them compete.
Competition is always great.
Man, just as you talked earlier about Dart being like the Will Levis, like the yada 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 of the draft, man. Imagine he goes to the Jets and is just like Will Levis, just like all these other guys. That'd be some shit.
To me, Will Levis still better than Zach Wilson.
Oof. Yeah.
Man, Zach Wilson, I'm sorry. He in the NFL and everything, but
I'd like to start a petition for him to change his
as it
names and
go
their intermediate
NFL
to
standards,
association.
he's below NFL standards. In other words, he sucks. I'm sorry. He
Hey,
sucks.
I can't disagree.
I'm sorry. He sucks, man. So he had a little game last year. Everybody got excited. A broken clock is right twice a day. But
What y'all
I'll
think
take
about
Will
this?
Levis.
What y'all
Yes,
think
sir.
about this comment right here? He said, "Let me ask y'all this: did y'all see how bad Ohio State made Mason Graham disappear, or we're just gonna say Mason's like that and disregard the rest of his supporting cast?"
Mason Graham.
Defensive tackle from
Oh,
from
the Michigan. I don't know why I couldn't think of that for a second. My bad. Yeah, Michigan.
Well, listen, you got top talent going against top talent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you win some, you lose some.
And Michigan wasn't really that great this year. I mean,
but they beat Ohio State.
They did. It seems like after Harbaugh left, they kind of fell off. I mean, they did beat Alabama. They did beat Alabama twice, like in the playoffs last year, and then in that bowl game. But I mean, Mason Graham is still an elite talent. I think he's going 5th, and I'm thinking he's going to the Jaguars at number 5. But
yeah, a lot of them have him going there.
Yeah, I mean, I still think Mason Graham's going to be good. I mean, as a former defensive player myself, I can quite say you're not going to be good every single game. There's always games where someone is actually better than you, where the offensive linemen are literally just concrete walls you are not moving. So,
I mean,
Ohio State's offensive line is pretty dang good. I mean, Donovan Jackson, I think, is going to be a 2nd-round pick, their offensive guard.
I can make a comparison for you. I mean, just to kind of do this. So just think of this comparison. Like you just said, they went against Ohio State, right? And, he got stopped. He didn't have the best of game. Well, think of a guy that anybody in the NFL would take right now on their team. And what's his name? Michael Parsons. Who did the Saints stop? The Saints didn't even hear Michael Parsons' name last year when we played him in Dallas. You didn't hear his name at all. You had 0 pressure, 0 nothing. That dude didn't do nothing. But guess what? We would take him in a heartbeat, wouldn't we? Yes, we would. So, like you were saying, not everybody's going to have a perfect game. They got some games you don't even hear Myles Garrett's name, but people would take him in a heartbeat. So
there were games where you didn't hear Aaron Donald's name, which is quite shocking, but he's the second or 3rd greatest defensive player of all time. So, I mean, if there's Lawrence Taylor, there's either Reggie White at 2 or Aaron Donald at 2. You pick whatever, doesn't matter. And
oh yeah,
I can, but
man, that's a hell of a list right there, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White, and then Aaron Donald. That's my top 3 list. I mean,
I ain't left. Yeah. Let's go in their prime. Let's go. Let's go to war.
Hey,
let's go.
So while we got all of us on here, I got the link in the chat. So for anybody that wants to join, y'all welcome to click that link and hop on here. I'm gonna bring on 2 people right now, where they can come on the show and talk, and ask us questions. So first, we're gonna bring on the one and only. Come on, y'all know who it is, right? His nickname's an Uncle. His nickname's an Uncle. He's on every damn Saints YouTube channel. If your channel has 0 subscribers, by the end of the week, he'll probably have 50 for you. Y'all know who it is. My Uncle Jerry.
Yo, welcome back, Hoodie Jew. Welcome back.
What up, Jerry?
What's good? What's good? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, my brother. It's a new day.
Yes, sir.
Got you, Jerry. Almost forgot about it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I haven't forgot about it, Zach. I ain't forgot about it.
How we doing, man?
All's well. All's well. Dog, how you doing? Come on in.
Come on
in. What's up, Jerry?
Yes, sir.
So, Jerry, what are some questions you have for us about anything that we might have discussed today?
Man, y'all pretty much wrapped up everything that has to be said, because I know everybody's talking about the Derek Carr situation. I cannot wait till that dude is gone. Cause that dude is all over the news ever since Friday, bruh. I mean, everybody ranted about it. I mean, Dolph ran about it. I think Zach ran about it. Logan ran about it. TJ, Big Q, everybody, even Teresa Trace even had to blast Derek Carr because oh my God. And hey, it got exposed for what he is.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one car I'll put into the water, into the ditch, and not even claim insurance. I'll just leave that hole there. On to the next.
Look, just have them cho-chos ready.
Hey, and you know what's crazy? That's a car that I would have loved to have and buy it from y'all and put it on my lot just so I can, sell it for good value. But I don't even think we even would accept it as a trade-in anymore. I'm gonna just tell you that every other insurance company would tell you when you so flipped and you so upside down on your car and it's so old and it's broke down for you. Guess what that means? You're just gonna have to let it burn.
Yeah. Hey Logan, let me know if I'm right about this, but I believe we kind of getting it wrong with Carr with this restructure. He did not have to sign the restructure, if I'm not mistaken, for the Saints to restructure. He did not have to sign, right?
You can say no if someone comes to you and says, "Hey, we want you to restructure your contract." You can say no,
but there's in the previous contract that they can, right?
Right. You like I said, if someone comes to you and says, "Hey, we want you to restructure your contract," and they say no, then that's no. They're not going to do it. But the fact that he did it, I think, is kind of petty because he knew that he wasn't going to play for us this year. He just wanted his $40 million and sit on the bench.
So I thought it was different. I thought like when because he mentioned it, pay cut. I thought they had to get him to sign off on the pay cut.
They do. Yeah.
But I was under the assumption that it was written because to restructure his contract, they really didn't need to go to him. They could just restructure any player's contract because of the way that the contract is written up. So that I'm gonna do a little more research on that, but I think I remember reading that. I could be wrong, but I just was trying to get your help to clear that up.
So you can go to any player, you can ask them to restructure their contract. They can say yes or no, or maybe you can rework their deal, like add more years to it, or extensions and stuff like that. It's kind of the same process. If they say no, then that's when things get tricky. Like a pay cut essentially would be not like the same thing as a restructure. It's like, okay, this is your contract, but we want to pay you like $10 million instead of 40. And restructuring it, we're like, okay, we're going to give you all this money up front as a bonus so we can clear up some cap space. Technically he could have said no, but he didn't, so he gets $40 million to basically probably be on IR all year long.
Yeah, he took that $40 million to the bank, I tell you that. You want your shoulder wasn't hurt then.
Yeah, you can see his shoulder's not hurting driving that new 2025 Rolls Royce.
Logan, I was getting ready to talk about that.
Don't forget Logan and Jerry. It's really nice because the rims, the center part of the rim doesn't spin. It stays. Yeah, it doesn't spin. He said it about 50 times, but it don't spin. He had to watch the video back so you can see it, but yeah, it don't spin.
Dude, when I saw that clip,
when I watched that shit, I was like, man, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. No wonder why your ass couldn't lead a team. You sorry, sad mother. Never mind.
And look, and Zach, and the Saints had off-season workouts earlier this week, and you got
Monday.
You got this fool and his brother, who sucks even worse, go out there and do a review of a electric 2025 Royce. I was like, yeah, buddy.
Y'all do know they been dead.
No wonder your ass don't want to leave.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did.
I'm sure, yes.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did a long time ago. But it still was funny. It's just
I would not waste my time reviewing a car, and I got a team I got to deal with this upcoming season, and you out here showboating and showing a car, an electric car. Come on, bruh.
Hey, so I'm gonna introduce somebody else and bring somebody else on the show too, and let them come on and talk with us. And Logan, all I gotta say is you better put a seatbelt on or whatever you can, because this person is gonna take you by a storm. Hint, hint. He's gonna rock you like a hurricane. All I gotta say is he became really, really famous on the Big Q show when this man.
Yes.
I say man. I can't say young man anymore because he's growing up now. Like literally, his voice changed, since then.
Wait, his voice has changed. Oh shit!
Yeah. His voice changed. He went from went to a deeper voice, and he went on a rampage. Like when I tell you, this sounded like a hurricane coming through your damn city, and they're tearing everything down. That's what it sounds like. So look, let me introduce you to my guy, Hurricane Mike, and guess what? Let's do his intro. Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through. Dun, 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 dun. What up, Hurricane Mike?
What up, Mike?
We're back together
again. How you doing, man?
It's all here, baby.
Hey, y'all. Hey, make sure y'all go check out Mike's podcast too, man. Him and his dad. I think y'all on episode like 107 now, 108. I was watching it a little bit the other day.
We haven't finished 109. We're gonna have 110 next week. So.
There you go.
All right,
great. Great.
Working, baby.
Man.
Yeah. But yeah, I got something to say real quick, and okay, so the other day, which obviously last Friday the news broke out, but I didn't put two and two together to like maybe the Sunday, right? Like Sunday I was like, oh shoot. I'm thinking about it and I'm like, last year, go look at any game Derek Carr misperformed at, and it was always something's hurting. Something's hurting. Like, if it hurts so bad, one, you probably shouldn't be out there. Two, why are you even playing ball at that point? But then I was thinking it some more, and I was like, now I find it funny that the news is coming out right before draft day. And then Matt Moscona made that video earlier, and then I was like, oh, this man is full of himself. Because now he's saying how restructuring the contract was the worst decision he's made in his life. And yet, he could have not signed the papers. But no, he's just going to sit back and I'm gonna collect that bread. And then I was thinking about it even more, and I was like, this is the same guy that did the same thing in Oakland and Vegas. Bro, this man, like, Shedeur Sanders, I don't care if it's Sanders. I don't even care if it started at this point. I just want somebody else that I can rely on. Because shout out to John Barnes. He said this before. I would rather deal with the devil I don't know than the devil I do know. And the devil I know with Derek Carr is the devil that's going to give me like 5 to 7 wins a year, no playoffs. But the devil I don't know, it's either going to end up in two things, right? Good success. Or, hey, we're drafting a quarterback in like 2 years from now. So, like, it's basically like a win-win. You either...
Jono said that exact quote, Mike. Damn, I didn't know Jono could spit like that, man. Look at Jono, man.
Yeah, he said that before. He actually said that like a few times. But, well, he was saying that like specifically about Dennis Allen, but I don't care. I'll make it about Derek Carr right now. Like, yeah, it was just crazy. Because I'm thinking about it. I'm like, this man really didn't think that we, especially but like we were smart enough to figure that out. You see, sometimes I try not to count people's pockets because I feel like it's, insecure kind of. But this man getting paid millions and millions on top of millions on top of even more millions to make up these excuses and not take up accountability when all he has to say is, okay, it was my bad. Yeah, we'll still be pissed at the moment, but then we'll be like, all right, at least he's taking accountability for himself. He won't even do that. Hoodie, he won't even do that. He won't even do that, Zach. He wouldn't do that, Dolph. He wouldn't do that, Logan. He wouldn't do that, Jerry. He wouldn't do that to myself. He wouldn't do that to anybody watching the show. He wouldn't apologize. He wouldn't say it was my bad to any of us. But no, we're supposed to believe him. Man, get out of here, Derek. I don't want you no more. You don't want to be here, neither do we.
So
Hey
I like
guys,
it. I like it.
hey, can I share something right quick, Hoodie?
Yeah.
So I just looked up the restructure and how it works. So technically, restructuring an NFL contract can include any, like Logan say, any sort of a change to how a player receive his money. So the example they give is Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes had 34.4 million roster bonus due this offseason. The Chiefs, if the Chiefs had left that term in place, his roster bonus would have counted in full against their salary cap. Well, they say this was in 2023. Instead, they converted 12 million into a roster bonus, which will be prorated over the next 5 seasons. So it reduced his cap in 2023 by 9.6 million, which they were able to devote to other players. And it says for the most part, NFL teams don't even have to consult players before redoing their deals in this fashion. Most clubs have baked automatic conversion clauses into contracts that allow them to orchestrate restructures as they choose. So that was something I just looked up. Wanted to share. I knew it was on my mind. I'm sorry, brother. I just wanted to share that.
Oh, you good?
the one thing I wanted to say after what Mike said is the whole Derek Carr thing. It reminds me of when Zion Williamson was drafted and Drew Brees gifted him like that autographed jersey, and the quote that was said on it is quite true for New Orleans sports in general. If you love the city, it will love you back. And the one thing that Derek didn't come in and do, he pretended to love the city, and the city kind of caught wind of that. The city can tell when you're faking it. You can't fake it down here. We can tell. And the one thing is, Zion has played probably more games than Derek, but I mean he's been hurt off and on. But people love Zion more than Derek Carr because I mean why? Zion actually loves the city. Derek has not shown. Well, that too. Derek has not shown any love for the city since he's gotten here. I mean, at first he did because I mean I was all on a Derek Carr train when we got him. I was like, okay, cool. Final
that was
piece.
too, Logan.
Yeah, I think everybody was, but it's like I said, the Drew Brees quote to Zion still resonates, and that goes for anybody that we draft. Derek Carr, with Shedeur Sanders, Jackson Dart. If you don't love the city, it will not love you back. So,
So I like to tag along on that. And ask this question. I like to ask you this, Jerry. If Carr would have embodied the city more, would have been out here more frequently, during the Super Bowl, during some festivals, going to games, taking part in fundraisers and stuff like that. He's big into his church. If he would have came to a local church in the New Orleans area and spoke, if he would have done things like that, even with this record, we'd still want him gone because of his play. Mm-hmm. But would you have a little more respect for him? Would you respect him more? Or would you still be on the fence of,
Well, Zach, what you were just saying. I mean, I'm not saying I don't hate Derek Carr for as a person, with the church thing and stuff. I respect him for that. But when you're on the field, it's a totally different story. You can't use that to go out there and try to win games and stuff.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
definitely. I mean, now I respect him as a Christian man. Me being a Christian man myself, I respect that. But there's a difference between that. If you out there on that field, you got to give it your all. Put all the other stuff behind and try to go out there and help the team win. But that's the problem right there. And now with this situation going on, I mean, you already know he's ready to go. You know he want to go somewhere else.
So let me reword my question a little bit. Let's take the faith thing out of it because that is a big pull for a lot of people. Let's just say forget that. I'm more of the meaning of if he just was more active around the community and stuff like that, would he have had this just drilling heat around him because of just his play style, or people would be like, all right, we still want you gone because you're not playing football at the level we want, but we have a little bit more respect for you because at least you were present in the city, I guess is a better question.
Yeah, it'll probably be more like a Jameis Winston, Jameis Winston, they had a lot of people that loved him, but then wanted to play for the team because they didn't like his interceptions and his trust, at quarterback. But then they got some people who are like us, like me, that still loves him and still wish he had a chance to start, because he really ain't had a chance because he got it taken away from Tampa Bay. When they took his ACL and stuff out. So
He was playing so good that
we talk about the injuries, like I guess that's where like the narrative spins. And I don't want to sit on this too long. I guess it's just a question that popped up in my head. We talk about, you talk about Jameis with the injury to, tearing the ACL and stuff like that. Effort play, scrambling out, unfortunately gets a horse cow tackle that ends up resulting in injury. Whenever Derek Carr went out and tried to dive for that first down that he couldn't make it, everybody hated him on his effort for that play. And I always felt like, well, I was like, well, he was diving. He was trying to make a football play. Was it the smart play as the starting quarterback, knowing that we got no depth and knowing we have all this? No, but it was an effort play. I mean, this very well could have happened to Drew Brees when he made one of the more memorable moments in Saints history of doing putting the Falcons player on a spin cycle, right?
Yeah,
he easily could have got cracked, and then he would have been gone, right? So those like the little things, I guess that I think about, if he would have accepted and embodied the city more, things like that wouldn't be talked so negatively about. Like whenever that happened, I was like, damn, that sucks he got hurt. I was like, when I was watching before I turned on the Twitter, I was like, I was like, damn, I wonder if people are gonna be excited that he put in some effort finally. And then I went and looked at Twitter, and everybody was like, oh, he's an idiot. He did that on purpose so he could get hurt. And I'm like, okay, guys, let's calm it down a little bit.
I mean, I'll leave that to y'all. I mean, I just give y'all my thoughts and opinion.
Yeah,
for sure.
Hey, Logan, I got to introduce you to somebody real quick, Logan, because we got somebody else waiting in the back. I do want to bring him on.
He's famous, Logan.
He is very famous.
Real famous.
Do you know the rapper, T.I.?
Yeah, of course I do.
Do you remember that favorite song? You can have whatever you like, yeah. Well, let me introduce you to my guy, T.I., a.k.a. Mr. Slim South 504. You can have whatever you like, yeah.
Slim's in the house, baby.
What's up, family? How y'all doing?
What's up, Slim?
What up,
Slim?
Hey, Slim, I know we got to get all the laughing out. So before we start asking you any questions about anything, let's take a small commercial break for you, boy. And let's introduce y'all to Hoodie, a.k.a. at Northport Nissan.
Let's go.
Welcome to Eddie Terrell's Northport Nissan. Hey, my name is Hoodie, and I'm a sales consultant at Eddie Terrell's Northport Nissan. And everybody always asks me this one question. Why should we buy from Northport Nissan? Well, guess what? I'm about to give you a few reasons why. Reason number one, we are an 11-time Award of Excellence winner. And you see it right here, and you see all the other ones down here as well. So you're going to ask me, what is the Award of Excellence, right? It's an award given by auto manufacturers to dealerships that perform excellent in sales, services, and parts, and in operations and customers' experience. So guess what? That just tells you that we love taking care of our customers, and we really, really reach the limits in sales because of the way we take care of our customers. Number two reason why is because we got the #1 service department in our district. You don't believe me? Come see. Oh, and reason number three. This is a family-owned business by Mr. Eddie Terrell. And guess what? We've been almost in business for 3 decades. And guess what? Many dealerships can't even say that. So guess what that means? We loyal to our customers, whether you bought in the past, whether you're buying now, or whether you're buying in the future. We're always going to be here to serve y'all. So make sure y'all come out here to Eddie Terrell's Northport Nissan, 955 North Highway 190 in Covington, Louisiana, man.
Come on, man. Come get y'all a car. Come get y'all a car. Come get y'all a car now.
Hey, God damn it. Need some, man. I got a question for you, damn it. I got to need some. We're going to talk after the show, though.
Yeah, I got you.
We're going to talk after the show, baby.
No, we're good. So let my boy Slim South now. Now he's on. What's some questions that we can answer, that we might have discussed already, whether it was about the draft, whether it was about the injured car that won't work anymore, what's on your mind?
All right. Basically, y'all covered everything, but I do have a question. If and free agency, you still have the free agency period, who would you sign? Any free agent you want.
Asante Samuel Jr. Asante Samuel Jr. That's who I would sign.
Yeah.
But the problem I've been hearing is his physical. He's failing physicals because he's not fully healthy. But when he's healthy, I mean, he's not his dad, of course, but I'd still would sign him. I mean, him and Brandon Staley have familiarity going back to the Chargers. That was Brandon Staley's guy. So, but that would be number one for me.
All right,
Logan.
Jr. Nice to meet you, Logan. By the way, I'm Slim Salt. You know, y'all can have whatever I like. Yeah. Yeah. So who would you rather go with, Asante Samuel Jr. and allegedly Jalen Ramsey?
So if I had to get
Brandon Staley guys.
So both are Brandon Staley guys, but I mean, one is leaps and bounds over the other, and that's Jalen Ramsey. I mean, if all it took, say, was if the Dolphins called and said, hey, if you give us your 2026 4th-round pick and we'll give you Jalen Ramsey, I'm saying yes right away. I'm not even going to hesitate on the phone. I'm going to say, done deal. Send me the paperwork right now. We get Jalen Ramsey, and then he gets to mentor the young buck in Kool-Aid McKinstry, and I still like Rico Payton a lot. I really thought that was an underrated, undrafted free agent signing. Pittsburgh State, I mean, he really locked up people in preseason, but to answer your question, Jalen Ramsey, if it became available. But realistically, I think the most attainable is Asante, but I would take Jalen Ramsey 7 days a week and twice on Sundays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I want. I want a corner in free agency. I hadn't even heard the rumors about Jalen Ramsey yet, so this is new to me. I'm about to go and do some digging
He requested
on that.
a trade.
Did he? Okay, see, I didn't see that yet. So
did Tyreek Hill. Apparently, everyone wants out of Miami.
I'm not really that surprised. Not being honest.
They don't want to be at the beach.
The owner and the GM and him, they could not come to terms. So Jalen really didn't ask for a trade. The GM put it out there. Say,
wow,
we think
that
it's best
that makes it even
we
better.
come to the conclusion that we think it's better that we part ways. So Jalen didn't even ask for the trade.
That makes it better because that means lower asking price because the owner wants it done and not Jalen. That also means Jalen's going to come out with a little bit of chip in his shoulder. I'm sure Jalen would love to go somewhere where he can play against them more often, but I mean that definitely makes it interesting. I want to see some veteran leadership, man. We got so many young guys, and that's always been my concern with getting a cornerback in this year's draft again because we're already so youthful. There, go ahead. Yeah, my bad, dog.
Here's the kicker, though. The reason being, there's a lot of stuff going on in Miami. It's about culture, about veterans not being leaders. There, so Tyreek Hill, he's back in trouble again. NFL is waiting to get the 911 tape so they can hear that about what his latest domestic incident. But the thing is, if Jalen Ramsey, let's say the Saints were to pull the trigger, like Logan said, I'm not giving them more than a 4th round for him. That's it.
Third at the highest.
Yeah.
Third at the highest.
And it'll be the low third that we got too. You ain't getting our high third. It'll be the low third at the highest. Now I try to give you the third next year, really. I ain't trying to give you one this year.
Exactly. 2026.
Yes.
Well, shoot, to go back to answer Slim's, my bad, T.I.'s question about free agency signing. Man, shoot, look, I would love to add, Samuel, as a corner, or, try to trade for Jalen Ramsey. But there's somebody that's leaving the Saints that's showing you in plain sight that I don't want to be here anymore, and that's Derek Carr, right? Man, I'm going to get my boy A-Rod. Come on, man. Come on, Aaron Rodgers, baby, right? Right? No. My bad.
Goody.
Cut that out. You never heard me say that. Cut it out. I'm going to be back right after a short break. This is everybody's ration.
Hell no. To the no. Hell to the no.
My bad, y'all.
You
It
took
was just
the
a
words
joke.
right out of my mouth.
It was just a joke. It was just a
Hoodie,
joke.
Hoodie, if I hadn't stepped away when I did, I'd have left. I ain't gonna lie. I'd have my dog.
Look, hey, Zach, nephew, you had a right to leave because Lord knows we already look. We dealt enough problems with Carr. I do not want to deal with arrogant Rodgers. I'm sorry.
Arrogant Rodgers.
This was a couple years ago. I would have said,
Maybe.
Arrogant Rodgers.
Arrogant Rodgers. That's what I call him. Cause the dude is arrogant. And he's an a-hole.
Hoodie, I have a question for you.
What's up?
So, I know you've been gone for a while, so you've missed a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the New Orleans Saints releasing one of the worst players of all time, Jamal Williams?
Oh my goodness!
You thought I forgot, Hoodie? You thought I forgot?
See, Mikey been keeping it up too now.
Man,
that was one of the few things that I was right about the last couple of years. When they signed Jamal, I said that was a mistake. I did not.
I liked it at first.
I couldn't stand it.
Look,
I couldn't stand it.
I'm gonna miss him. Okay, you know I like Jamal
He's
Williams.
funny.
I like
He's
Jamal
funny.
Williams.
Yeah.
He's a good locker room guy. He loves the city. No matter where he goes, you know he's gonna love his people. At the end of the day, this is what I'm gonna say. I don't think Jamal Williams is bad like we thought he was. I think they didn't utilize him correctly. You know, they didn't use him like the Lions did. We just brought him in here and barely even gave him touches. You gave him 1 or 2 touches a game. How you expect this man to even get touches and get you yards? And then when he does come and you finally give him more touches, he was a little injured. So it's like, what you want him to do? So at the end of the day, this ain't the Lions Jamal Williams. We just got a Jamal Williams, and they were trying to figure out what they wanted to do with him because you got Kamara in front of him. So I ain't gonna hate on it too much. I think he's gonna go somewhere else, and somebody's gonna utilize him, and we're gonna see the old Jamal Williams because somebody's gonna utilize him correctly.
Nah, Jamal Williams is washed, buddy. We're never seeing that.
I mean, it's just the same thing like everybody said about Kareem Hunt. Everybody thought he was washed, and then he went to the Chiefs, and look what he did. He came back to the Kareem Hunt that we know he is.
I mean, Kareem Hunt was alright.
He was alright, but then he started falling off.
And then,
fell off, and then he came back with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So I think anybody could, So.
Yeah.
And Dolph got to roll on out of here, Dolph. So
yeah, man,
good catching up with your brother. Man, look, this is the OG squad out here, man. This has been awesome. And the
man,
new and the
Go ahead, Zach. Go ahead, finish your thing before I get out.
I started saying something and I already forgot. So you good, Dolph. Go ahead.
With your old ass.
Look, youngster.
It's the brain surgery, Dolph. You forgot. Mine's the brain surgery. All right, you can't call me on till next year.
But listen, man, listen. Welcome back to my brother Hoodie, man. You missed, bro. We happy to have you back, man. Not everything right. Hardest working man on YouTube is back, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Welcome back, man.
You got it, man.
It was great meeting you, man. Listen, I got to have you on the show, man. I'll get your information from Hoodie if it's okay, man. We got to hook up. And listen, everybody, we want y'all to stay alert because next week the video will be dropping of our interview with Mr. Charles Davis of NFL Network. Add to the draft. You name it. He was in the building, baby. Zach, Carlos, and myself had the honor, man, of talking to Mr. Charles Davis, man. Great guy, great person, and looking forward to that. That video dropping next week. And listen, come on in, Sports Network, man. We're doing big things. Hoodie, my brother, I love you. Welcome back, Zach, my brother. Hurricane Mike, growing up on it. You're still in school doing past your bedtime. Go your ass to bed. But anyway, I love Mike, man. But anyway, listen, my boy Slim Salt, everybody in the chat, man. Y'all have a good night, man. And y'all already know the doors are now open. So come on in. Come on.
Let it come on.
All right, dog.
All right, dog. Appreciate you, brother.
Hey, so there's some free
Look
agent
who's in
names
the
in here.
building.
Yes,
chat.
oh, Miss Megan's here. What's up,
Miss
Megan?
Megan's in the building.
Wow. Here's some free agency names though that some people will say. So you remember how we always say we need a big body receiver? We probably need, we brought Brandon Cooks as a veteran, so you might not need a veteran. But if you need a big guy veteran, I mean, Kenan Allen's still out there, hasn't signed with nobody yet.
I forgot about
he's getting a
Keenan
little older. He's getting a little old, but he's out there. running back situation, J.K. Dobbins hasn't signed with nobody yet. I know the Saints just signed Justin Reed, so we can talk about that signing soon. But Justin Simmons out there still looking for a team. You know, he said he wants to not play for the Falcons again. It sounds like he's ready to go to a winning team.
Thank God.
Well, the Saints saying it's gonna be a winning team, so he probably ain't gonna want to come here. But you know, a Justin Simmons and a Justin Reed and a Tyrann Mathieu combo won't be bad. You know, three legends right there in the backfield. But another wide receiver that's sitting out there waiting to get picked up, Amari Cooper. You know, he's a veteran guy. If you're looking for somebody like that. Another cornerback that's looking for a home is Rasul Douglas from the Bills. He's looking for a home still. He ain't signed nobody yet. So they got some pretty big names out here that are still sitting out there that's saying, "Hey, sign me." And you know, any of those that I named kind of catches y'all eyes or not really?
No.
I mean, the first two are definitely interesting. I mean, it really just sucks, man. J.K. Dobbins, that man's poor legs. Just the injuries that stack up, man. I feel so bad. I mean, when he plays, man, he's amongst the top, you know, at least at minimum the top half of the league.
My God.
I mean, the year he tore his ACL, he was in that top 10 conversation as far as yards and everything like that. It's just whether or not he can stay healthy, and we definitely can't deal with injuries at this point.
All right, Cartel.
The first guy name was all right, Cartel. Take it easy, brother.
Have a good night,
Hit 225. Hit 225 on that.
Same to you, Sam. Same to you, Samuel.
Yeah. See you later, Sam. And then was it Keenan Allen? Was he the first name that you mentioned?
Yeah. He's available. So I mean, I wouldn't mind him.
I've honestly always been a big fan of Keenan Allen. Like, I know people were always worried about his hands and his catch percentage and stuff like that. But when he was playing with the Chargers, he was getting 15 balls thrown his way every single game. I'm a fan of Keenan Allen. I wouldn't be mad at getting that. I don't know where he fit in our. I don't pay attention to our salary caps and all that stuff.
All right,
I'm not one to keep up with that, but definitely love to have Keenan Allen.
Okay. By the way, Logan, I know I've been introducing everybody to you and all that. I got to introduce you to this other person, but I just got to pre-warn you, okay? This person, if you talk bad about her Seahawks, she will attack you. She will curse you out all over here, and you can probably say, and you can tell her like to her face if you want, like, I ain't afraid of you, Megan, because you're all the way in Australia. She will buy a plane ticket tonight, come over here, find out where you live, and beat you down. Especially if you talk really bad about her favorite receiver, one of her favorite receivers of all time, Steve Largent. So just saying, be nice. You know, she's a Seahawks fan.
Bad about him.
No. Just I'm warning you. Just giving you a
more
warning.
Kangaroos in Australia than there are humans, I believe. So like, she might fly them all out to get you too. Man.
The kangaroo gonna be fighting with her.
Megan don't play, bruh.
So I'm just saying, but let me introduce you to Miss Megan. Hey, Miss Megan.
No, sorry. Thank you. It's been a minute, gentlemen.
Yep.
Been a minute. And you're damn right, I will fly and kick anyone's ass. Even though
I told you, Logan.
I'm supposed to take a trip to Sydney, I will come and kick your ass if you say anything about my Seahawks. Just say it.
And Logan, let me say this: Miss Megan is a true, bona fide, certified, diehard Seahawks fan. And
yep, there it is, Logan. There's the number right there on the shelf. Number 12.
I have no issues with the Seahawks.
I don't see a thing back there. Meg, what's going on here?
You're missing somebody, Megan.
You missed it. Is that a Bucks helmet back there and not a Saints helmet? Is that I see back there?
No. Okay, so we've got the USC Bear. We have Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
USC.
My coach was coach.
Pete Carroll was from USC, and then my favorite team. We have Lions. We have the Seahawks retro Ring of Honor helmet with all our Ring of Honor, and then we have Drake London, who's playing for the Falcons, I believe, who is also from USC, and then we have
there you go, Logan.
Blitz the Seahawk. So we have Pete Carroll there and Blitz the Seahawk. But yeah, the number 12 is the only number you need to worry about.
Hey, Megan, somebody's trying to mess with you. Somebody's messing with you.
Megan, I'm disgusted.
Might want to get on T Dirty, Megan.
Uh-oh.
T Dirty trying to mess with you. She got a Browns helmet back there.
Yeah,
Browns
and
helmet, nigga.
TJ, I've got a Browns helmet there, which you are more than welcome to have, my
Jordan, you
friend.
gotta come on in, bro.
My happy
Jordan,
card
Jordan,
all
Jordan,
over last TJ is $10 postage and handling, and you can take that right off my hand, sweetheart. But how?
Where's that bear, Megan?
Sorry?
Where's the bear?
Where the
Oh, where
Yeah,
is the bear?
you missing,
there
I
he is.
told you missing somebody.
Yeah, because you always have good. Megan come.
I told you missing somebody.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
there he is.
There he is. Oh, he's dusty.
Go with that man.
Hang on, guys. I gotta sneeze. He's dusty as all hell.
Achoo! God bless you.
Like Seattle's trophy case, huh, Meg?
So Megan, didn't y'all signed Sam Darnold, right?
Yes,
Am I not
yes, we
mistaken? How do you
now
feel
have
about
five QBs. Thank you very much. And we also just signed, and I can't work out why, re-signed Drew Lock. Yeah.
And I see
Sam
y'all
Darnold,
got
Sam Darnold, Sam Howell, Drew Lock, and I can't think, and two others whose names escape me.
you got.
Five, OG. She said five.
And going for at least two in the draft is what I just heard, but one in the draft is what I just heard.
Makes sense. They can't have one good one. They'll go ahead and get 5 average.
Yeah, exactly. Look, if we can't get one for at least 5 years, we'll just go, all right, you can have it too.
Hey, we need some help.
And your turn. No, you suck, so you can go to the end of the line. Your turn. Yeah, that's exactly how we're doing it, Zach. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Jared Goff. I'll tell you that much.
We stuck at 2 and one's leaving. And we aren't even counting Derek Carr.
I was going to say, Derek Carr. Look, no judgment if you do, but I think he could do a lot worse than taking Keenan Allen. Can I just say I'm a big fan. I
like
would
Keenan
love him in Seattle, but I don't think we've got room for him.
Speaking of the Seahawks, Megan, this is something that I've been wanting to ask a Seahawks fan for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel that Pete Carroll's gone, DK Metcalf's gone, and Tyler Lockett is gone? Like 3 of your biggest, main people, your head coach and your 2 big receivers. Like, what do you think of that? Not having those people around anymore.
I wasn't surprised DK wanted to go. He's been saying for the last 3 years, I think, that he's wanted to go, but they've managed to keep him. So that wasn't the surprise. Tyler, I love Tyler. I still need to get my Tyler jersey. That hurt more because I'm a huge fan of Tyler. Where I'm a fan of DK, and DK was the first Hawks jersey I ever bought. But it didn't surprise me as much as it did for a lot of other 12s, because if you'd noticed him on the sidelines and how he was reacting and throwing helmets and that kind of thing, that sort of gave me an indication that something was there that wasn't making him happy. It turned out to be Geno Smith, who's also gone. So it's like, I was more upset with Tyler because, as I said, I love him. I've met him. He's such a lovely fellow, real team player, team spirit. That upset me more. But Pete going to the Raiders, I've got Raiders fans going, tell me about Pete Carroll. No.
And also, Gino went over to the Raiders too.
I know. Nah was upset about Pete Carroll. He's not the hugest Pete Carroll fan, so he was like, all right, well, it is what it is. I guess we'll take him.
I think it's going to be interesting with the Chip Kelly Pete Carroll connection, because they have been connected at college level. So that's going to be interesting, and I will be keeping an eye on them. But I honestly thought Pete would have been at the University of Washington with his son.
I thought he was going to go to college too.
Yeah, I really thought. But then, as my friend Brandon said, why would he go back to college? Like, if he had to, I think he would have. But
he's teaching a class at USC. He was teaching a class at USC.
Yeah, and that was the other thing. I didn't necessarily think he'd go back to replace Lincoln Riley at USC, and he's still teaching that class as well. He's got a 5-year contract to do that class.
He's got to be upper 70s, huh?
He's 74. He's 74 in September. He's 2 years younger.
Wow.
73,
You said this
turning 74. So, but I guess it doesn't surprise me that he still wanted to keep coaching. I just thought it would, if not at USC in an advisory mentor capacity with Lincoln Riley, UW with his son, but now his son has also gone to the Raiders, so I guess it's not surprising, but yeah, I don't know.
But
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Well,
look,
hey,
y'all got-
hey,
y'all
Megan.
got- y'all got a really good guy in Jackson Smith-Njigba, man. I mean, that dude, he was the I think he was rated the
Love
top
that. JSN. You should have
receiver
heard me
last year.
scream when
So
we
that's
drafted
exciting.
him. The only time I've ever screamed louder in a draft at 4:30 a.m. here in Australia was when we drafted Charles Cross at 9 the year before. I'm a huge Charles Cross fan, and yeah, if you were walking past my house, you'd think I was being murdered in cold blood with the amount of screaming I was doing when we took Charles Cross and Jackson Smith. Yeah, the one I was slightly disappointed in, because I mean he's on the way up, was Devin Witherspoon. I really wanted him to do well, and he did okay. Like, it wasn't catastrophic, but I'm really hoping he picks up this year too. So yeah.
Hey, all I can say, one thing for sure, we know Hoodie, Slim, Logan, Zach, we know about our Saints, but Lord have mercy, Megan knows her Seahawks better than anybody I know.
You flatter me.
I'm just keeping it 100.
He's on it.
Oh, you flatter me. I have my best friend Brandon, who knows way more than I do.
I know Brandon.
Yeah, you know Brandon. He knows way more than I do. And we've been actually, I just come off a mock draft, and I hate his mock draft this year. Sorry, B.
Yeah.
But Megan, I do have a question. I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because a few weeks ago, if you remember, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, the wide receiver that we had last year.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
How'd you feel about that?
I was a little surprised that they actually had the balls to go for it. But then it's like, I'm holding judgment to see what we do in the draft. If we do not fix our O-line in the draft, I am going to throw shit around the room and get on a plane to Renton and say, what the F are you doing? I am going to pick up my tablet, which is 18 months old, and shoot it out the window. I think I'm waiting to see how that goes before. Like, I've got 3 pages on my notebook, and whenever I saw, we took him, or he's gone here, of draft notes and whatnot, I'm going to wait and see. I think with any of these, we need to see what we do in the draft. But MSV, I do like. I've liked him for a long time. Is he going to fit?
I think he will.
I think there's a good chance he will, but
do pretty fast.
Yeah, as I said, I was very surprised they had the balls to do it, because John Schneider is not known for those big brass balls moves, as I call them. You know, the ones that take a bit of courage to do. I live in hope that it's a good one, Jerry. I really do. I certainly rate him. But ask me in a couple of weeks after the draft and after training camp, and we'll see. But I'm pleasantly surprised with what the Hawks have been doing, I think I would say. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
What we're gonna do real quick, we're gonna trying to figure it out. Hey Logan, what's the best site to go on and do like a mock draft real quick?
I use Pro Football Football Network. I mean, they got 7 rounds and you don't have to pay for a damn thing.
Pro Football Network.
All right, listen, he said his hellos. He's going back on the shelf to talk to Lamar Jackson about what the Ravens are doing, because I have no freaking clue what they're doing at the moment. So
Okay.
I'll be back in this.
Alright, so it's not even letting me pick 7 on this one. So guess what? We're just gonna hit 4 rounds and see what we're gonna do in the first 4 rounds.
Pro Football Network, it usually let you pick 7 rounds. I do it all the time.
Yeah, I think it's just on my end. It's not letting me. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go back. Go back.
Yeah, man. It's good to have you back, Hoodie. I mean,
Yeah, welcome back, Hoodie. Real talk.
Yeah, welcome back. I was wondering where you were, actually, Mr. Jube.
that's the hardest working man on the planet, Megan.
Oh, I got
Yes.
it working out.
Yep, now that my father's deceased, I would say yes, but if my father was alive, he'd be a close second.
Let me share my draft screen. Share. Alright, can y'all see the screen?
Yeah.
You see the first pick already.
I mean,
I was gonna say, hey, listen, I don't pick to 18, okay? So you fellas talk amongst yourselves.
Yes, man.
Alright. Alright, so it says Cam Ward went first. Oh,
What?
Sanders went to the Browns. Oh.
What? Oh, that,
Man,
no. Wow.
That's not-
Okay.
No way.
That's not
Oh,
happening.
shit,
That's not happening.
please.
Oh, that ain't
I
real.
don't care where Sanders goes. I really do not want.
Damn, all our people
Oh
are
my
gone.
Hit a
Wait.
reset.
Hit reset.
No.
Nah, hit a reset. This is
I think-
crazy.
Hang on, you've got to try.
Oh no, you got it.
The
No.
Falcons are funny. The Falcons
Falcons
are
are
hilarious.
Oh, man, y'all can.
I would.
You know what I'm doing? You know what I'm
I
doing
would.
right here? I'm looking at
I
the
would.
picks, and my few picks already been gone. So there's one person I gotta go with right here.
Tyler Warren.
They got this guy by the name of Tyler Warren.
Don't trade your pick.
Oh,
to
god
the
damn,
Falcons.
god
Don't
damn
do it.
you, Jube. God damn you.
Yeah,
You
that's
went to
great.
Cleveland?
Wow.
I don't see that.
Hey, I'll tell you what, if that happens, that make our life a lot easier, don't it? I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
but it's
simple.
not going
Yeah.
to. Look at the chances.
Will Johnson
Hang on,
or
Seattle's coming
Tyler
up.
Warren?
Tyler Warren,
That's
you
right.
wish.
I mean, damn. I mean, it's like that.
Damn.
Okay.
Look,
Yeah.
hey, Slim. I hope that don't
What's that,
happen in
OG?
real life next week.
It's
Who did
not.
we, hang on, who did Seattle
It's
get?
not.
Yeah,
right.
OG.
Who did
Yeah.
Seattle get? I didn't see. I can't see.
They got Shamar Stewart.
Okay.
But no,
That's
but
not going to
no.
happen ever,
Hoodie,
but we,
Hoodie, whatever
Vicky
you
Ferrari?
do,
This is
don't
br-
trade no pick to no damn Falcon.
That's
Oh,
right.
hell no.
No,
I will
that's
come and
never.
kick your ass personally, Jube, if you trade to
You
the
know I ain't gonna
Falcons.
do that.
Yeah, it's Chris
Oh,
Lions, yeah.
Make a trade. Hey, make a trade to
Yeah.
the Falcons and see, Junior.
Man.
I'll tell you what, everything else looks pretty damn good, though.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Marion Hampton in Cleveland, okay. Well, you saw Chubb is back to squatting over 500 pounds again.
Really?
Nick Chubb.
Yeah,
I
he
wish I
posted.
could
He
do
posted
Oh,
yesterday.
Nick Chubb, Zach.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay.
Oh shit, y'all! Jackson Dart's there.
That's the
Oh,
pick right
don't you
there.
dare!
Yeah, that's the pick.
I got
It's the
you.
pick.
Decline,
That's the pick.
decline.
Hey,
Decline,
they want to give us.
decline.
They want to give us a first round though.
Nope,
I mean,
you get Jackson Dart. Reject. Jackson Dart's
Nah.
available at pick 40. You hit reject. I mean,
They
I would say
always
that
wanna-
I can't.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You know that's not going to happen. You know Seattle will
right
go
now.
for it, you son of a bitch. You know Seattle's going for it.
Kickback, man. Let's go.
Y'all already
Excuse
got
me,
five quarterbacks. Megan, y'all paying half the league's quota.
Excuse my language, but you son of a bitch.
Mason Taylor to
What we doing
Arizona.
here?
I don't even.
No.
Right, here we go. Okay, we got
This is
Bengals
bad,
and
my
Seahawks.
draft.
Who's Seahawks taking?
It's uncensored and uncut. Let's
There
go.
you go, Megan.
Who is it? I can't see the
Josh,
screen.
Josh Connerly, and then
Offensive
Trey
tackle.
Harris.
Okay,
Trey,
yeah, Harris.
damn.
Okay,
Not
good. Harris is on my radar big time.
Landon
Okay,
Jackson
so we
going to
got
Green Bay was
82.
crazy.
I got 82, so I got a bit
Jalen
close.
Jalen Higgins. To see,
Higgins,
that should be our
the
pick.
Chargers? Oh my God.
Jalen
Yeah.
Higgins. That should be our pick.
Yeah.
At 40.
Hey, we've got
Oh, my
three
goodness.
comp. Hey, don't forget, fellas, we got three comp picks too.
Three comp
172, 70.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 172, 175, 223 are our 3 comp picks too.
Yeah,
by the way.
y'all gonna send those guys to free agency after they don't make the cut. We ain't worried
Yeah,
about them.
exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Hoodie.
What's up?
How many total picks the Saints got? I know it's like
9.
around what, 9?
9.
Yeah,
9.
Or was it 11?
4,
9 total.
It's 9.
7,
total?
8, 9. We've got 10.
Even the third
10
round,
with
no.
3 comps.
Reject.
Nah, we ain't doing no trades, bro. Trades
We're
are
not
so
doing
stupid.
trades.
No, excuse
We
me.
keeping all our picks.
So
That's
stupid.
right, Zach.
No, we
We
got
keeping all
four
our
Looking at the
picks.
board, I
Oh,
would go with
dumb.
Alfred Collins or Darius Alexander.
I'd probably go Darius.
Let's see. Defense.
Well, I mean,
Defensive
I would
tackle?
go Alfred Collins because Bo Davis, our defensive line coach, who just came from LSU, coached him at Texas, so that would make more
good
sense.
point,
Alfred
good
Co-
point.
and Alfred Collins, once upon a time, was actually rated as a first-round pick. So
Oh, what
Yeah,
about a
okay,
receiver?
fair.
What about a receiver like
Hey,
Jack
Logan.
Belch?
Got
You wouldn't mind. You also wouldn't mind.
Milroy's still there? You're not looking at Milroy?
What
not?
other wide
we
what
got
other
Dart.
wide receivers are
I
available?
think
Oh,
Milroy
yeah.
already taken, I
Okay,
think.
you
I
can
don't know.
leave Milroy for the
No,
Seahawks.
there's still wide receivers available. There's still wide receivers available.
I,
Oh, maybe
what
not.
about what about Cameron?
I just put Davion up there like crazy.
Cameron Scatterbull.
You got to get something
Cam
on a D line or O line, right?
Yes. I mean,
I would
come
go-
on. You're going to have fun with that name with a Cajun accent, aren't you?
I don't hate Scatterbull at all.
I don't hate him, but with a Cajun accent,
Yeah, I
that
don't know
name's
about
going to
that.
be fun.
Somebody already took Monroe. Melrose.
Yeah, the Jets did.
The Jets, poor bastard. What did he do to the Jets? God, somebody must hate him. Although that would be such a
Come on in,
Jets
God
thing.
creation. We waiting for you.
That would be such a Jets
yeah,
thing to
yeah.
do.
Oh,
Take and waste Milrow. Who did we just take? Hang on.
Alfred
Collins.
Collins.
Alfred Collins.
The guy Logan wanted.
Nope. You take my boy Dart, I
Alfred
take your boy
Collins.
Collins. It's called fair play karma, gentlemen.
Emery to Philly's crazy too.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, that's a
Why?
steal for the Eagles. I'm tired of the Eagles, man.
Because Emery can't do nothing outside on tackle, but interior he's locked down. He's huge.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, we can talk about the Eagles, but they the top dog, man. I can't.
Okay, we got Slater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Boo,
true.
Okay.
93.
No on the Bengals. No. Remember they stole our name. They stole
Let me
our,
counter. Let me
our
counter. Give me
sayings.
Jamar Chase.
Hang on,
Give me
hang
Jamar
on.
Chase.
What are you
Jamar
countering
Chase,
with?
boy.
What are you countering with?
you can't trade players on this.
Yeah, that would have been dope.
No, you can only trade picks.
What y'all think about Jack Belch? Could we do need a receiver?
And look,
No.
and look,
No.
and besides,
No, we
who
want
that
all
is
offense.
still
Yeah,
better
yeah,
than
yeah.
who they.
Defense?
You hear me?
Turner?
You hear me? Hoodie?
What's up?
I said, who that is still way better than who they.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
Man.
duh. As a
course.
Seahawks fan, I know that. Come on.
Try to make it their own cat
Corey
crazy.
Bryant still on the board?
And it sucks.
Okay.
Let me say this. I went
Samir
to
Turner?
college with Zai when he was at Southeastern, and the rise, excuse me, the rise that he just did to his game, man, he's something
There you go.
special,
There you
man.
go, Megan. Jackson Slater, offensive guard.
What y'all think
Yeah,
about
okay, but
Samir
then
Turner
their
from
O-line,
Texas A&M?
So
I'm
you got
not
your old line.
I'm not
Isn't-
getting
isn't
on that
Samir
plane
the
yet,
turn
John
that
Schneider,
a lot
but
of,
I've
a
got
lot
the
of people have
ticket.
worries about? Isn't that the turn that everybody worries
That's
about? Luke?
crazy.
I think so.
See who we
I'm not getting on that plane yet, John Schneider, but
think-
my hand is on the tickets and the passport.
I don't know anything about
I think
Zai.
might get Jalen
I can't speak
Ramsey.
to that.
Oh, I can tell you a lot about Zai. Like, me and him went to Southeastern together, and when I heard he transferred to LSU, I was so freaking happy.
I think I'm gonna go with Turner. I'm gonna take Turner.
Yeah, I'd say Turner's the best there for you.
Saints might actually bring in Jalen Ramsey, yo. They might actually try to bring him in.
Who?
Yeah, but
Jalen
but would
Ramsey.
hang on, Slim, would Ramsey go? Oh,
Yeah.
damn. Tez went to the... Oh, hello, Tez went to the...
I'm on the fence about Ramsey, Slim.
That's what I'm saying. It's a
I'm on the fence
possibility.
with that, bro.
Like my boy Logan said, he
Wow, Jack.
mentioned Asante Samuel
the Lions.
and Jalen Ramsey.
I would rather go with Samuel than I would with Ramsey.
Oh, you'd have. Oh, Jerry, you'd have to talk me into not going with Ramsey. Why?
No, well, they're the one that talked about it. I said no because that dude get burnt so much.
Oh, yeah.
Look. Let me say this. In the words of TJ Jones of the State of the Saints podcast. Shout out to TJ.
No trade.
That dude said that dude gets smoked like a
Go on the
brisket,
offensive
burnt
line. Let's
like
see.
biscuit.
Did we get an offensive lineman?
We haven't got any line.
That's what I think about Ramsey.
Oh, we got D line. We got.
I would still take Ramsey, Jerry, but yeah, okay, I take your point.
Cause Slim, you know who Jalen Ramsey almost remind me of?
Who?
He reminds me of Fred Burnt Thomas and Fred Toast Thomas and Jason Burnt David.
I am not
talking about okay, Fred Toast, ha.
But don't get smoked quickly.
Logan, what's the is it? I think he's offensive tackle or for Sacramento State.
For who?
You know,
for Sac State.
Are you telling me, Jerry, he gets smoked?
What's his name?
Jerry, does he get smoked like a Christmas
I think he's
ham?
a late round guy that could grab later for offensive line.
You can say that, Megan. You can pretty much say that too.
I couldn't hear what the college was again. What was the college again, Zach?
Oh, Sac State.
Oh, Jackson Slater.
Yeah.
He's in Seattle,
Is he
so
already taken? He's already taken?
He's going to Seattle.
I would take an edge right here, and one that I saw that I really, really like, and he's underrated, is David Walker. I mean, I know he went to Central Arkansas, but I mean,
they don't care where you go as long as you can play. You know,
I was going to say, it's not where you've been; it's how you play.
Right. I mean, FCS is literally the same level as my alma mater, but I mean, Robert Alford went second round, then he went to my college. So I mean,
I think
I'll tell you what, I know. I hope somehow Ty Felton, we were able to grab Ty Felton. I don't know where we could get him, if it even makes sense if we do go and get him, but if we do, we should be able to do an exclusive interview with him. Me and Dolph should. We met him and his agent over at the Senior Bowl this past year. So we're begging and pleading that he comes to New Orleans so we can actually do an in-person interview.
I just want Seattle to take him on principle, so you can't. That's just me in the mood I'm in.
You know what, Megan? Go India in the next, or go England in the Ashes next year or this year.
Oh, bite me! Oh, yeah, I'll remember that. Okay, you take Jackson Dart, then you tell me that. Actually, probably no, because half of that team is now gone. So
have we taken a receiver yet?
Nope, Pat Bryant's available.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah,
Take Pat Bryant.
I was going to say Bryant. Yeah, grab
It's
him.
easy.
That should be a no-brainer. You got him when 131. But
now you kind of need a
137.
tackle and a safety.
137, first of the comp picks coming for Seattle.
Yep. So corners for sure.
Yes! God, I've never been so excited for a late round pick. That's making staying up straight for 4 days worth it. 3.5 days.
Let alone a late round pick on a mock draft.
No, if that happens in reality, Zach,
yes.
if that happens in reality, Zach, I will have been up for 3 days at that point.
You said it with her hands up.
Damn, Jack is still here.
Who is?
The edge rusher from Ohio State. Oh, no,
that's absurd.
No.
I was about to say that's absurd.
I was going to say Tennessee just took him from under you, didn't he? Didn't they? I should say.
Special teams.
Yeah, Zach. By this stage of the draft, I've been up for 3.5 days. So anything.
McCoy's still here.
Hey, just energy drinks and
No, my big 2-liter coffee cup comes out
There
to
you
play
go.
by this point.
Sebastian Castro. Bro, he was
Damn, I
shit.
Eagles. Bro,
No,
I'm telling you.
San Francisco
I know.
takes Sebastian? Jeez. That's a waste.
I'm tired of the Eagles, yo. I ain't gonna lie. They
Yo,
built a
I
foundation.
think you and three
They built
quarters
it.
of the supporter base.
They
The
took Kyle
only thing-
McCoy too. For what? You got Jalen Hurts. Why you need Kyle McCoy?
Wait, the Eagles drafted McCoy? Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
They did well. They did just trade away Kenny Pickett, so they couldn't need a backup.
Hang on, they traded Pickett from to where for what? I
They
haven't
traded
kept
him
up.
to Cleveland for I think a late round
Browns.
pick.
The Browns, yeah.
Probably that pick right there.
Oh, okay.
Probably that pick right there.
Probably.
Hunter, okay. These are the typical stock standard John Schneider late round picks. So we've got 2 picks to go to Seattle.
What about some offensive line, y'all?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
yo.
You could
So-
get value.
We probably
You
need
could get
line
value
early.
here.
So
shit.
Play Webb to the Ravens.
So usually people call me crazy for my way of thinking, but I mean I don't think we need any tackles. I mean, I'm comfortable with Penning at right tackle because he didn't play horribly last year, and you got
I'm with you on that.
Fawaga at left tackle. I mean, you need a left guard. You did just sign.
Wait.
So,
I just
but
saw
here's the
Carson
thing.
Vincent on there though.
Yes, Carson Vincent. Yeah.
Vincent is a certified dog. Grab Carson Vincent. Don't even think about it. Don't even look at any of the names. Just go
But
grab
no,
Carson
but
Vincent.
so here's my philosophy
Go
on
tackle.
this before.
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
my bad. I got
so
excited.
Jake Majors, I know he's a center, but has played guard for Texas, and I mean, I know sliding someone from center to guard is fairly easier than sliding someone from tackle to guard. I mean, Jake
But
Majors,
if you bring in Vincent, you could swing Penning into guard, right? And then put him out on
you
right
could,
tackle?
but my only issue with that is, I mean, that's 2 positional switches in the last 2 seasons, and I mean, I think we should just keep him at right tackle because I mean, he wasn't Pro Bowl caliber, but I would say like if this was like high school or something, he'd probably be like a C+, B- at right tackle. So I would think, as much as I like Carson Vincent, because I went to the HBCU Legacy Bowl, I went there to go cover it, so I seen him up in person. He was really, really stout, and he's on my draft guide as well.
Yeah,
so
he's huge, man. We talked to him at the Senior Bowl too. He was he's massive, man.
But I would go Jake Majors here because I mean, you don't because I mean, it's other than that, you're probably looking like at Josh Gray from Oregon State, who is actually Fuaga's ex-teammate. So the Jake Majors pick for me would you just slide him to left guard, and I mean you also have a backup center to Eric McCoy because I mean. if he
Okay,
goes-
my question to this, Logan, is if you're shifting to position and he doesn't work, and ask me how I know about this as a Seattle fan, what then? You wasted a pick, or you just cut him? What then?
Honestly, I don't think it would be a waste of a pick because if it doesn't work out
No,
left,
that kind of thing. You could have gotten someone
right,
better.
right. So the thinking with that is okay. He has center experience. He can be your backup to McCoy if he goes down. He has guard experience at Texas. So if like Raduns or Dylan Raduns, I think this is the last name, who we just picked up. He played for Tennessee last year.
Oh yeah, I know who you mean.
You can get him behind there, and if Raduns doesn't work out, you put Majors there. And I mean, I'm not saying Ruiz is the greatest example, but Ruiz was a center at Michigan, and Sean slid him to right guard, and now he's starting to figure it out. So getting Jake Majors, I mean, he's not the tallest. He's like 6'3", kind of undersized for an offensive lineman, but I'm not saying.
I just, as I said, ask me how I know as a Seattle fan. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it'd be a waste, but I'm saying.
No, I know, yeah.
Is there someone better? I see your logic in it, and that makes sense to me. But it's like, okay.
So, when
I always thought that if we were to go tackle, it was always meant to try and bring Penning back inside to guard, and that's why I was like, well, it makes sense to go and grab a guy like. Possibly getting a guy like Vincent.
Crenshaw Dixon. Sorry, Zach.
That's why I liked him. I'm not familiar with the guy that you liked. So that's, yeah.
Yeah, Crenshaw Dixon. Oh, Typical
Shallow
John
Sandstone,
last move
dude.
for the last pick.
See, with these last two picks, I would go corner and safety, unless there's like a really good linebacker that I like for the Saints. Because I mean, I'm a linebacker at heart, so I mean, if there's a linebacker on the board that I like, I'm sprinting to the podium. But safety, I mean, it depends on who's available. Corner, there's a lot of.
Who did Seattle take at 234? I can't read the name.
Woody Marks from
Quavy or
USC.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, Woody Marks. He's the running back for USC. Let's see. I'm looking at the linebackers,
If
safeties.
he's still available too, he's a good player too.
The crazy thing is, I wouldn't take Jimmy Horn. I would
like
take Will Shepard over him. Honestly, I think Will Shepard, the Mandeville kid, actually, I would take him. But at this point, you gotta feel.
What about Andrew Armstrong? 'Cause a lot of people are hyping him up lately.
I think he's an undrafted free agent. I mean, I think right now you kind of have to go like defensively. I mean,
What about Sanders? Come on, man.
Shallow
Sanders.
Sanders.
Is that
it would be kind of hard to pass up on him. Honestly.
Shallow. I'm surprised he's still on the board. I go with
is
Shallow.
that brother off?
Can you
Yeah, that's
imagine?
Shiloh and Shadur are basically I think, twin brothers.
I'm sorry, I do
imagine
not see
that
the
they could do
Shador
like-
hype. I just don't.
If can you imagine? Can you imagine the reaction if
And
we
then
get Shiloh and not Shador
corner,
because we weren't able to?
I would take.
For real,
I don't know if
Zach,
he's.
I hear you.
I don't know if he's available, but I really like the kid from FAMU, Kendall Bowler. I did a story on him a while back.
What's his last name?
Damn, what
Bowler,
was it?
B-O. Yeah, him. I know it's 527, but I mean, at FAMU he was lockup. He really was. I mean, it's underrated pick, and you're one of your last picks on the draft. I mean, what do you got to lose?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying this is where
Hold on, let's
Seattle usually pick up the value that no one else
You
sees.
said linebacker. What was it
A
for
last
linebackers?
like stack.
Oh gosh, I'm looking at the linebacker. I mean, Nick Martin. I mean, he's been connected to the Saints for a while, but I mean, kind of low I'm saying undersized for a linebacker, and I was 5'8" playing it. But I mean, 5'11". I mean, there's so much you can do here. I mean, there's a lot of good players, but I really think going corner would be where I would go. But I'm not Mickey or Kellen. I don't know what they want to do, but if it was me, I would take corner because we don't have Jalen Ramsey yet. We don't have Asante Samuel Jr. yet, but we do have Kool-Aid McKinstry. We have Alante Taylor and Rico Payton.
That is the coolest name. I'm still pissed that you got McKinstry. Just on the name alone, brother.
Hey, Kool-Aid.
Drink the Kool-Aid with pleasure.
Alright, I'm ready to see what they're gonna rank us for.
All right, what are they ranking you, dude? That's
C plus.
They don't rank you on PFN. They do it on PFF, but not PFN.
Well, that's so weird.
But I mean, honestly, I would give this a
That's a
B.
good looking draft for you guys.
I'd give it a B plus. I really would.
Yeah.
You hit on
Gotta
your
be happy
needs.
with that.
I mean, you get your tight end, you get your quarterback, running back, D tackle, edge, receiver, guard, safety. You get you hit on all your needs, and you look at priority free agency to get some good undrafted free agents like you normally can do.
Yeah.
If
There you
that
go.
type of draft ended up being similar to how Seattle drafts, which, let's face it, not likely, I would be happy with. I would be happy getting up at 2:30 a.m. 3.5 days straight to see this draft.
It's-
But that's not bad. If that plays out as your draft, you can be very happy with that. I don't think you've missed on too many.
Oh yeah. But what I'm gonna do now is just because your boy got work tomorrow morning, we're gonna end it here.
Same.
I have to
But-
go anyway, so.
But
yeah.
I want to thank everybody that popped on in. Your boy's been missing for like 5 months, so I didn't think nobody was really gonna pop in, but we actually had almost 30 people watching tonight. So shout out to all y'all that still shows love
Nice.
to the channel. Appreciate y'all. And also shout out to Miss Megan popping in here all the way from Australia. Shout out to my guy T.I. all the way from wherever you live. You can have whatever you like. Yeah.
But the bear was happy to see you. No one else was, Slim. Let's face it. The bear was
Shout out to Jerry, the O freaking G in the building, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good to see you, Jerry.
Shout out to my guy
too.
Zach, from Real Fan Sports, baby. They blowing it up over there with over 25K subs. Act like I don't see it. Come on now.
Hey, let's face it, fellas. 24,999 of them are me on burner accounts. Just saying.
That's crazy.
Damn. See, roasted you, Zach. And then we would like to thank, Logan as well for coming on for the first time. Like you said, it's been like a long time since he's even been on a podcast.
Nice to meet you, Logan.
Great to meet you, Logan.
Yeah, it's great having you, Logan.
Thank you.
So hopefully, Logan, you enjoyed your time here. Hopefully you'll be coming back on again, soon. And everybody knows he's a sports reporter. So
I live right down the road from you, man. Just call me.
Oh yeah.
2 cities over, man.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Right. So, I'm gonna definitely stay in touch with you. And hopefully we'll be hearing soon, Mr. Logan's voice back in the background. So, excuse me, Mr. Sanders, how does it feel to be drafted by the Saints? How nice would it be?
Every Seahawks fan's answer to that is thank the Lord. We dodged Aaron Rodgers and Shedeur Sanders. This is a good year for us.
Well, thank you, everybody that came on. Hurricane Mike, Dole 17. So make sure you go check out his channel, Common Sports Network. Check out Real Fan Sports channel. Yep. Also, anybody else that came on, I think Hurricane Mike had a channel as well. They said he started recently, so make sure you go check his channel out. Go check out my guy, Sam. Samuel in the chat. He's got some subs going on over there as well. So anybody that's got a YouTube channel, man, go put your damn channel in the damn chat and tell everybody to follow you. So get everybody to follow him. But I appreciate all y'all for the love. Thank y'all for still being here and rocking with your boy. And
y'all follow Hoodie as well.
Oh yeah, and then subscribe to my channel if y'all want to.
And me.
You don't have to. And to him and to everybody else that's on here. And everybody. But we'll be back soon.
All right, guys.
But we'll be back soon. Thank y'all. And what we always say as a Who Dat fan, I know you're a Seahawks, so go Seahawks. But what we say, Miss Megan, up in here, who what?
Who Dat?
Yeah, you heard her. Who Dat, y'all? Peace.
Baby.
Yes, guys.
Run it up, Panero. Say what and lie. Say what and lie. Say what and lie. Say what and lie. We screaming black and gold. We screaming black and gold. We screaming black and gold. We going to the bowl. We screaming black and gold. We screaming black and gold. We screaming black and gold. Saints going to the Super Bowl, talking black and gold. Young Nolan Hoodie Jew wanna beat me like Chris Olave, MT down the